Yo, fam, like, subscribe, follow, 1098, giddy up.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into A2D Radio, Sixers Clippers live reactions, brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. And you can use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off at checkout. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Go check them out. Bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Michael Chromiak be with us in a little bit. I'm sure some other guys will jump in as this stream continues. We have basketball action, yo. Just started the first quarter. So the game is underway, and the Sixers looking for another road win. And good times, good times. We got some updates that we'll talk to you about George Hill and Joel Embiid throughout this show. We got some updates on them. So we'll dissect some things. We'll give you some post-game, obviously live reactions, and everything will tie into our poll question, which is brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Our poll question is, we have 45 things in the background here because we have 20 million shows today. Ben Simmons will carry the Sixers to a win versus the Clippers. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, not Twitch tonight, because in this very ring, we'll be on at 10:30 on A2D Radio, and they will be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So making moves to bring you live reactions again. And let me tell you something. If you can see this right now, I don't know if you can see this, but if you can see this, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll get a why. You see how gigantic that is. Oh, you can see that? I don't know if anybody sees it.
It's not really noticeable.
Good.
I don't think it's too big.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be noticeable so you guys can understand that there ain't nobody fucking better in this game. There ain't nobody better. Like, dudes do shows every day. Good for them. There ain't nobody doing a fucking 45-minute show after removing a tooth yesterday. And there sure as hell ain't nobody coming back for a double dip tonight. And there sure as hell ain't nobody going to do another one tomorrow and another one Monday. So everybody thinks that they can hold jock straps of A2D. Suck a dick. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Get off my chest talk. Off my chest. No, Mr. Cool, I'm feeling the same, really. It's not.
I am not feeling better.
Not feeling better, no.
Breaking. Tom is not feeling better.
Feel the same. I mean, I don't have to deal with an infected tooth anymore, so it's a win, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But yeah, you guys know, I mean, everybody's got at least a tooth pulled or two in their day. The only advantage of this one is it wasn't like a double rooter. Double rooter, it wasn't. Just a one root. One root. What up, Bryce? What up, Tor? What up, John? Tyler, Mr. Cool, Jesse, come on. Or Cayman, sorry. Patrick Taylor. See all you guys. Renegades, Tower Horton. Sixers up 5-4 to start this one off. So to the poll question, tonight is Kawhi and Paul George are playing, right? I know they're both day to day, so I just want to confirm they're both playing. Tonight's the night where he does have to step up on the offensive side of the basketball. I know he's been flat out tremendous defensively, and I'm not taking anything away from him on the defensive side of basketball. But tonight's a night where I think we all could agree we could use maybe a 25 piece, right? I don't think we're asking for a lot, a little 25 piece from Ben tonight. But tonight's a night he does need to do that. He's 1 for 1 to start today's game. So good start in terms of that for Mr. Ben Simmons. But I do need a good offensive performance from him tonight. And what I mean by carry is, the other night it was Danny Green. Other nights it's been, you pretty much know where you're going to get from Toby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to get 20, okay? So Ben's been the unknown offensively a little bit. So tonight's a night where I need him with 20, Toby with 20. So when they talk about Ben carrying the Sixers offensively or carrying the Sixers period, this is what he has to do without Joel Embiid. And he's done a really good job of it, to be honest with you, especially on the defensive side of the basketball. Now, can he put it together offensively? He's been aggressive. I mean, the other night we talked about he only had 7 shots. Danny Green's been fucking phenomenal. He really has been absolutely phenomenal. Bob, yeah. What up, Bobby? But yes, I do believe that this is a night where I need a little Ben Simmons carry. And if everybody else gives you what they give you, like if Danny goes for 20 plus again, then it's a win, guys. It's a total win. But as of right now, I need my other star to step up and get 20. I mean, what do you have the other night? 7 or 9?
9? I think he had 9.
On 1 for 7 shooting.
I believe so.
Which is like going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. But I can't say it enough that like Ben Simmons is too talented to not be walking into 15, 16 points a night at minimum. He's just way too talented for it. And we can be happy with all the other great things he does on the basketball court. But for this team to go to an NBA Finals, he needs to be 16 a night without any question. 16 a night without any question. And this team can go exactly where they want to go to because, I see a lot of people out there excited about the Nets now. The Nets are overrated to me. The Nets are not coming out of the East. I just want to tell you, everybody, LaMarcus Aldridge can't cover me or you at this point of his career. And I know Nets fans are excited about it. The dude's not the same player he was even 2 years ago. All right? Blake Griffin is just a guy. All right? Kevin Durant hasn't played basketball. Kyrie Irving is personal vacations every other chance he gets. I am not scared of the Brooklyn Nets. And I know I'm on that island, and I'm really not going to be scared of them if this guy can become more consistent on the offensive side of the basketball. And it doesn't mean shooting jumpers. That just means finishing at the rim. That's something we've stressed for a long time here at A2D Radio is finish at the rim. I don't need you jacking 10 threes a game, any of that. Let me know that you played offensively. Toby with a 3-ball.
Unless he does that. Unless you're doing that.
So, that's how I look at it. Like, just let us know you played offensively, right? I think that's the biggest thing we always take away when we talk about Ben Simmons. Like, I know you're going to show up on the defensive side of basketball. You always do. But on the offense side, just let me know you played. That's it. Let me know you played. Let me know you had a pulse tonight. Toby out to a hot start with 5. Danny's got 2 for 2 from 3 with 6. So, good start out of them two. And we'll see how this game goes. Sixers up 14-7 right now, obviously early on in the first quarter. So, to our poll question, Ben Simmons will have to carry the Sixers to a win versus the Clippers tonight. Now, they're a 5-point dog tonight in this basketball game, too. So, do you agree or disagree that he's got to carry the Sixers to a win tonight?
Well, to me, this was a game that was always kind of penciled in as a loss, in my opinion. So, if they are going to win this game, we have to see a Ben Simmons that was way better than the other night, to your point. As far as, because somebody was saying earlier, like, oh, do we honestly believe Ben Simmons is going to lead the team in points? No, but that's not necessarily what this poll question means. It's that, is he going to obviously set everybody up for, their points? And is he going to have a consistent performance on offense and not kind of disappear in the fourth or the third, which he is very well known to do? If Kawhi Leonard was in the game, great block there, Matisse, by the way. Because they're already a banged-up team. They don't have Beverly, they don't have Rondo, and they don't have Serge Ibaka tonight. If they didn't have Kawhi, I would say, okay, well, now they really have a path to, kind of let Ben Simmons not coast, but when you have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the floor, along with, obviously they have a really good roster and a good coaching staff, to me, everything's going to have to be clicking in the right way for the Sixers to win. Also, what is this, the 4th game in a row on the road? You know what I'm saying? You're due for some of these road trip lulls, especially on the West Coast. So to me, if they're going to win, it would have to be because Ben Simmons does something that he needs to do, and we've been asking him to do, and that is to have a consistent offensive performance as of late, all alongside of, like you said, Danny Green continuing what he did the other night. Tobias Harris doing what he does pretty much every single night. And Seth Curry, ever since he came back, he's been looking better than he did before he left for injury, when he was still dealing with the COVID stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like this is such a house money game, right?
Yeah.
Because if they win the night too, okay, if they win tonight, and it's an F, right? But if they win the night, how can anybody out there tell me that the Brooklyn Nets are better than them? Like how? I'm like mind boggled by this. Like this team, all they've been doing is winning without their best player, right? And winning now, on a road trip, which is never easy to do, especially a West Coast trip. If you beat a team with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard playing without Joel Embiid, I mean, I can't say enough about it. Like that proves to me that this team is ready to go where we want them to go. That's what this proves to me. Another game like this, another road win, and if they can figure out a way to win this game, I don't care that they're missing Beverly and Rondo. That's nothing. If they were missing George or Kawhi, then you could say, okay, they're missing one of their two stars. Their stars are there and playing, and both of them can go off for 35 a night. So if they figure out a way to beat this team tonight, I just don't know. I just don't know how anybody's going to beat this team. I mean, the Nets are literally signing everybody to try to slow down Joel Embiid, and they won't. They won't. This is a newsflash for you. We are better than the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm not saying that. I would say that if we lose this game tonight too. I am not at all nervous at all.
And Tom, you know me. Like I've had the Nets as the number 1 seed before the season. I've always been more pro Nets than you have. But with that being said, I think this LaMarcus Aldridge buzz, and listen, he's a good player. He's not a scrub by any means. So I know before people come in the comments be like, oh, are you saying LaMarcus is done? No, but he's not LaMarcus of 2013-14. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not the same LaMarcus Aldridge anymore. He's 35 years old. He can't move defensively anymore. Neither can Blake Griffin. So while I still believe that the Brooklyn Nets are going to be a really tough out in the playoffs, and I think there's a better chance than not that they end up as the number 1 seed, I think it's now getting a little too crazy. Like this, people were putting, their roster next to pictures of the Avengers and the Justice League saying, oh, who's beating them? The league's already over. They're comparing them to the 72-win war. Like, I think that's a little too much. You know what I'm saying? They're a deep team and they have a lot of star power, but I just need to see what it does in the playoffs when they all put the pieces together. And I'll continue to say it. If they go to the finals or if they win the entire thing, the Brooklyn Nets, they're not winning it because of LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? So for people to say, oh, well, I'm really afraid of them because LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, they're with them now, I just think that's off base. The star power and the thing that's going to lead them as far as they go has been there this entire time. Harden, Durant, and Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? And I'll continue to say it until Kevin Durant shows me, and they haven't shown us this because it's a 2-week delay every single time he gets reevaluated. I need to see him step on the floor again and be healthy for once because it's been a while. He hasn't played a lot of basketball since the major injury. And now this hamstring thing keeps coming up. And Tom and I, not as Sixers fans, but as NBA fans, it seems more likely than not that something's going on with that injury that they just don't want to reveal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm a big KD fan. So I love KD. But to say that I just don't. People are just automatically assuming that they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I you got to see them all play together too. I mean, it's easy to say on paper, right? That's why it's on paper. You know what I mean? Like on paper, yes, they have the most talent on paper, but the game isn't played on paper. The game's played on the court. And right now, as good as they played, etc., we haven't stopped. That a boy, Benny. Little N1. We haven't stopped winning. We haven't stopped figuring out ways to win games too. And I said this to you yesterday or the day before, whatever day they all run together. Is that you're like we talked about it. If you were losing games without Joel Embiid right now, right on this trip or leading up to the deadline, right? If you were losing games, then I'd be in panic mode. Okay, I truly would. But this team is just flat out play great basketball without him. So that's just saying, okay, I add him, I'm even better. It's one thing if you were playing bad without him and you're like, ah, shit. We can't win unless Joe plays. But we've proven that we can win if Joe doesn't play. And a lot of games. Not just like 1 or 2. Like we are now 5-1 without Joel Embiid. If you somehow can win the night, you become 6-1 without Joel Embiid and 4 straight on the road. 4 straight on the road, and you go Knicks, Warriors, Lakers, Clippers. I don't care who the Warriors, Lakers, and Clippers are missing. I don't care because we're missing guys too. They're road games.
Well, this team is still stacked too. When you have 2 superstars on this team. You know what I'm saying? And
they
what
go for 70 themselves, right? Like
Yes.
combined. You know what I mean? Like they can go for 70 points themselves.
And you have Marcus Morris on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like Marcus Morris is a very, very good player.
Donovan, thank you, brother, for the tip.
Thank you, Donovan.
Don, I just don't think they're better. I know you're gonna. I know there's a lot of guys that want to tell me they're better. I'm not there yet. I mean, I got to see them. I got to play them, and see where they're at. But I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I just never been scared of this Nets team from the whole beginning. And I see a lot of people on Twitter now are upset. Like, how did we not get Harden? Like, look what we did. Like, what? Like, all we're doing is winning. That dude's been the definition of an underachiever in the postseason. Like, I don't know. People just have short memories, and they fall in love with a guy in the regular season. So
yeah, and in order for them to defend Joel Embiid, by the way, like we talked about, like you can only have 5 guys on the floor, and LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, neither one of them are stopping Embiid. So you're probably going to, in a series against the Sixers, again, they can do whatever they want against the other teams, but to me, you have to have DeAndre Jordan on the floor because he's the only one of those bigs that even has a chance of bothering Embiid. I'm not even saying stopping Embiid, just bothering him. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not worried about Joel Embiid versus LaMarcus, Joel Embiid versus Blake Griffin as a small 5, which they said that they're going to use. Like, nah. And like I continue to say, I'm not saying that Joel Embiid nor his Tom can single-handedly beat the Nets. No, the Nets are going to be putting up plenty of points, so we need to as well. But with the formula that we have right now, and if you just add Joel Embiid back in, well, you're a better team than you are right now. And we're on pace to be what? We're 4-1 on the without Embiid, Tom. 5-1.
5-1, I think.
Yeah. So, and yeah, to your point, because I saw on Twitter, oh well, you guys, even if you're on the West Coast, you didn't beat anybody, because the Lakers are hurt and the Warriors are hurt. Do you want me to go down the Nets schedule? Because I can. Like I can go down their schedule. Like if we want to play the schedule game, that's fine. Because then we could do that for every single team.
Listen, it's the NBA. Game. The Knicks beat the Bucks tonight. I mean, it's just the way the league works. I mean, teams beat teams that they maybe shouldn't beat on a given night, right? Like for instance, the Spurs absolutely boat racing the great Chicago Bulls right now. Okay, so. It's just the way the league is. Chicago's on the road in San Antonio. They're losing 104-86. Come on.
Did you say the great Chicago Bulls?
Yeah, the great Chicago Bulls with the greatest center of all time in Vuk and the greatest combo guard of all time in Zach LaVine. So getting their doors blown off. So
wow, the Thunder are beating the Celtics right now, by the way.
So I don't want to hear who people play. Just like I'm not going to take away wins for the Nets. You understand?
Yep.
Like, I don't care who the Nets are playing. They're winning basketball games. You understand what I'm saying to you? Guys out there, I don't care. I'm not going to take away wins for them. They're winning games on the road. They're beating teams on the road. I don't care if they're beating Detroit, Little Sisters of the Poor. I don't care. I don't care, Chris. Appreciate it. On the road to 10K now, baby. And it's all because of all you guys and all the comments. You drive it, boys. You drive it. Miles Smith, the Nets are just a super team that's not going to win anything and don't play defense like the Sixers do. That's factual, Miles. And if it's your first time listening to me or a lot of us here, defense wins. And not like, okay, you're just a great defense team and you can't score. Like, we can flat out score with anybody. Like, I'm not worried about keeping up with the Nets scoring. That's everybody's big concern. Like, how are you going to score with them, Tom? Well, they got to make stops, don't they? And sorry if I come off a little like slurry or different things like that, guys. We're working for the people that are just joining us. We're working on a 24-hour ago tooth pull. So sometimes it creeps up and gets you. But back to that point, like they got to play defense. They got to make stops, right? And then to say that we can't score them, I think is actually a joke.
Ooh.
Good move. That boy, Toby.
Move on. Wow.
Went for the steal. Kawhi, was that Kawhi went for the steal there?
I believe so. It was either him or Reggie.
Toby off to a good start. 4 for 5 with 9. 4 for 5 with a 9-piece from Toby.
Definition of consistency.
We're here to help you tonight, Ralphie. Here to help you. You're here.
That's true. Pop Mondes says the Hornets blew out Miami. That's true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I tell you the other night about the Hornets too.
They're scrappy.
That they're going to still be good, even though LaMelo.
Dwight.
Where are you going, Dwight? Like they're still going to be good, even like without LaMelo, because they like Rozier's good, Hayward's good, right? I think Malik Monk had 37 the other night.
Stop getting cute, Shake.
Why do you do that?
He's trying to be Ben Simmons. Can't stand that. You're running on a 3-on-2 and you try doing it behind the backer.
Johnny, save that one. Appreciate the fucking donation, brother. Save that, boy, Benny.
Thank you, John.
Save that one. We'll talk about rotations, playoff rotations, in a few here.
Hit like half or something.
Bobby Stevens, thanks, Bobby. I just want my bank to end in all zeros. LOL. If one more friend says to me Howie is going to take Mac Jones, I'm going to start smacking kids. Yeah, your friends are idiots. What up, Johnny? Said, what's up, gents? Let's go Sixers.
What's up,
John? Wherever you're watching this live at now, hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe. Now we're on the way to 10K over on YouTube. So do your job. Do your jobs out there. All right? Do your fucking job, unlike Shake.
Oh, take it, Ben. There you go. Foul, please. Okay.
Yeah, OKC's winning now. It's a third. Plenty of time left in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's John saying? People don't realize the Lakers played defense last year and still won. The Nets don't have defense. You need defense to win. Draymond and Clay were great defenders for the Warriors. The Nets do not have that.
No, I mean, the whole Warriors team played defense. And they're one of the greatest shooting teams of all time. So, to compare one team to them, I think is really unfair.
Bryce, I know you're a Miami Heat fan, so I want to ask you, as a Miami Heat fan, what seed do you expect them to finish at now that you have Oladipo? Because no shot at your team, but I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but I think you would agree with this. I don't think Victor Oladipo really moves the needle that much.
I thought about that team this year. You knew I had a feeling that they would take a little bit of a step back because of the extra basketball, right?
Me too.
So,
yeah. Yep.
That's how I felt about them. I did not have them in my top 3 or 4. I had them more around 5 or 6 this year.
Same.
And right now they're actually playing worse than that. So, and right now, if I'm a Miami Heat fan, I'm a little nervous, even without an Oladipo. They've not played good basketball. So.
And it's the endurance thing too. It's like they've been battling injuries and all that stuff all year long. You know what I'm saying? And Victor Oladipo is kind of the definition of that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Pop says Doc wants this game after Leonard and George shit the bet against Denver. Oh, you know that, brother. You know he wants this one, and his players should want it too. Listen, we thank everybody that's done the super chats. John, Bobby, Donovan. We can't thank you guys enough. Helps drives the show. Gives us a little walking around money. A little walking around money. We love it. What up, Don?
What's up, Don?
26-24 Sixers. And Don says, please beat the Nets. Blake punk ass decided to start dunking again. Yeah, I saw that the other night.
Shake off the friggin' floor. Get Maxey in the game. I've had enough. This is 3 times now. He's trying to do. He's trying to get cute. Causing another turnover.
Did he go behind the back again on that? I didn't.
No, he's trying to go between the legs. He's trying to break ankles, dude. This isn't the Shake Milton game from last March, Shake. Do your job. Pass it off. Enough.
I was like a freaking somebody just flushed the toilet on Luke Kennard's shot. My goodness. So Sixers all tied up. A minute to go here in the first. Toby dropped.
And I love Shake, but that's why I'm really. I'm very intrigued once George Hill gets healthy, which, by the way, what did I read, Tom? That him and Joel are back to regular basketball activities, those two?
Well, Joe, yes. Joe's ramping up. Supposedly George Hill gets cleared with the hand in a day or two, maybe, something like that. But then he's got to start working to get himself back.
Like game shape, I guess.
Let me see if I can find the exact.
Well, either while you're looking for that, I'm happy that George Hill's going to be coming in and being, filling the role of Shake, because I love Shake, but he's just been way too inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? These little mistakes. Like, you can't go between the legs against Kawhi Leonard. He's going to pickpocket every time.
No, so this
and
is.
I say that and he makes a bucket. Okay.
We'll take that role. The Sixers say that Joel Embiid left bone bruise is progressing well and has resumed on-court basketball activities, okay? The Sixers also say that George Hill thumb surgery will resume on-court basketball activities in the coming days. So it's closer. I expect George will probably play when we're back home. Once we get back home, and I still think Embiid's if we keep winning, Embiid's still 2 weeks away.
Yeah, they're not going to rush him back as long as they're
ready. You know what I mean? Not that he's not ready. I just think that if they keep winning games, it's just going to be like, all right, take another week, and maybe not even a week, maybe a couple of days. No problem, Ty. He said, glad you guys are on tonight.
Thanks, Ty.
Sixers up 1 after 1, so good start. 30-29 after 1. I'll read you all some stats here in a minute, fam. But you know the rules here. We got to get over 100 likes on YouTube for us to win. You know the deal. So let's go. Pound that like button. Bobby Shake is playing like the little brother getting his turn on 2K. Yeah, I don't know why he gets like this sometimes. And Doc is very critical of him, like on court. Like you heard him yell at him about, like, don't be cute. You don't have to be cute. So just part of the gross thing. But I don't know. I hate that behind the back and the tougher pass. Like, come on.
Not against this team. Like, if you want to do it against a team that doesn't play any defense, like if you want to do it against the Timberwolves, be my guest. Don't do it when Kawhi Leonard's on the court, please.
No, probably not a smart thing to do with Kawhi.
No, not recommended. That's for sure.
Patricia, we are doing good. How about yourself? Mr. Wing says, I hope Joel stays in shape. Though that was a problem last year in the playoffs. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore.
It was also a problem during the regular season last year. You know what I'm saying? I think that Joel is behind us because this organization and this coaching staff, I don't think it's the proper organization that should, that you can just show up overweight and unprepared. I don't think you would want to do that with Doc Rivers and Sammy Cassell in the building.
No.
Amongst others.
Daniel says, Maury said it seems like Joel's more day to day than week to week. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm just saying that if he's ready to go and they're continuing to win games, they might give it another couple of days, maybe an extra week than they originally planned if they're winning. You know what I mean? Listen, 47 people watching on YouTube. Come on, keep pounding that like button. Get more of the family in here. Get them all in. Rally the troops. Million comments, million hit of the like buttons, hit the subscribe, tag your boys in here, get everybody in here. Fuck you, T1400 and 1. You guys are gonna lose. Sorry, I just assumed.
Is that a Terminator? T14. Isn't that the name of a Terminator?
Oh no, is that like? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. Jeez.
From a movie, Tom?
Is that Elon Musk's kid down here?
That's right. He has a weird name, doesn't he? Doesn't he have a weird name?
Elon? Jonathan, we appreciate you, brother. He said, congrats on the 5K.
Thank you, sir.
Andy says, I show up overweight and unprepared often. What's wrong with that? Jesus, God.
No comment, Andy. And Pop, he says, do we trust Morey on his word that he'll will be back in the coming days? I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, he hasn't.
It's not Brian Colangelo.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the Eagles medical staff. I mean, listen, he may end up. Get him off the court. Get him off the court.
Oh boy, keep working. All right, I like it. Be aggressive. Keep working.
He bothers me. He bothers me a little bit. You're
like fucking King Shake. You told me he was going to be Lou Williams this year, and now you want him off the court. You're trying to get rid of him. Look at you. You're an issue. You are an issue.
I said 6th man of the year. I didn't say Lou Williams.
I'm going to go back right now and find you numerous times on prediction shows comparing him to a Lou Williams type. Yes.
Okay, Lou Williams type, I probably said. That
Yeah.
sounds like
No, I'm like an elephant. You absolutely said it. I say a lot of shit too, but he's had a good year. So leave him the hell alone. He's having a little bit of a rough game right now. All right. He's had a really good year. He's been very consistent, over the last month, I would say. And yeah, does he have 2 turnovers too many right now? Absolutely. He was getting too cute, but just don't turn the basketball over any more tonight and we're okay. Right?
That's fair.
We're okay. Lock in now. Maybe that other bucket of just being aggressive, like locks him in a little bit. You know what I mean? Guys are in LA too. You know what I mean? I got a fucking rub and tug before the game like Watson.
Now you sound like Brett. Now you sound like Brett Brown.
Well, I'm making excuses.
Yes, enabling. You're enabling them. Trying to get past the second round, Tom.
Yeah, well.
You want to beat Brooklyn?
I don't think.
You want to beat Brooklyn?
I don't think Shake Milton's going to be their end-all be-all getting out of the second.
If Ben Simmons disappears, Ben Simmons does what he does, he will be. Kidding me? We needed TJ McConnell a couple years ago just to win a game.
True.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you, brother.
What do you do? I didn't see.
Gave us a 20-piece.
Oh, Ryan, thank you. And no comment either. I mean, write something. I just read something off for you.
At least say hi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, say something. We'll take the money. Don't get me wrong. We will absolutely take the money.
Wait,
Come on,
Bob,
pound that like button. Pound that like button. We got to get up over 100. Good take, Dwight. Good take. I like.
Go on the line. 1 for 2.
Yep, you can book that, right?
But this is Elon's kid's name? X
Yeah.
A Axie? What? Okay.
Tyler says Joel wants a ton of kids. He's going to make the Nets his. You know it. Mark Campbell, you can get all your ATD gear. Just go to phillydrinkers.com and there's a search bar up at the top. And all you got to do is write in ATD radio or A2D and all our products will pop up for you, brother. Appreciate your support. That's phillydrinkers.com. And instead of giving you like the whole backslash and stuff, just go when you go in there, you'll see at the top there's a little search bar and it gives you everything you need. Brink, are you okay? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You drinking again, dude? What are you talking about? What do you mean with his knee? Did you expect him to play on this road trip? Like, are you okay? Sometimes like I just need to check on you, dude. Like I love you to death, but sometimes I think you're dumb as a brick. And that's all out of love. It's all love. You're dumb as a brick. Like what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. That boy's shaky. No idea what you're talking about. You said, where's Joel at? Oh, okay. I know what you're saying now. You're asking us where he's at with his
status report.
Status. Okay. You're back. I
was just going to let you go because I was enjoying.
In attack mode a little bit. They said that he is pretty much like ready to go. He started basketball activities. So it's really just a day-to-day thing now. Come on. I can talk to Rob any way I want to, Don. That's my guy. All right. And he was, yes, the injury update. So it was the Sixers say that Joel Embiid left knee bone bruise is progressing well and has resumed on-court basketball activities while ramping up his conditioning. The next update will be provided as appropriate, which I don't know what the fuck that means. But I say sorry to Rob, Don. I did say sorry. What are you complaining about, Whoopi Goldberg? You guys just like find ways to complain. Like Sixers fans are literally the worst people in the world. You're worse than Eagles fans. Like, what are you complaining about? Like you think Mike Scott's going to get enough run in the playoffs where it's going to be a factor? Oh my God.
Nope. The only time you'll see Mike Scott in the play, I don't even know if you'll see Mike Scott in the playoffs in garbage time. Yeah, Mr. Wing, he does need to finish it. But listen, he's been playing better so far, so I'm not going to nitpick. I'll nitpick on Shake, though.
Good block, Dwight.
Yep. A lot of deflections so far in this game on defense. Dwight really just trying to dribble that?
Well, that's a walk. I mean, they'll never call that on Paul George.
Nope. God forbid.
Pat, I'm not saying Pat's my guy. Pat, you know this. I'm not saying Mike Scott's good. I'm just saying that he's not going to make or break us going to where we need to go to. That's where everybody's missing. Everybody gets caught up in the fucking 10th man off the bench. That's going to have no impact on us getting to where we want to get to. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys all worry about the wrong fucking guys. You guys worry about the 10th guy off the fucking bench. And, like, worry about your stars. It's a star-driven league. Star-driven league.
I think Shake's going to the line.
Tommy March. What's up, fellas? What's up, brother? John Lynch. We're first in the East. What else can this team do to make people happy? I don't know.
Trade for Kyle Lowry, probably.
Yeah, still. What up, Chuckser?
What's up, Chucks?
And my man Pat says, I agree. I agree. That's why I said it. Yeah, I mean, he's nobody. He's nothing special, but he's not going to get enough run for it to even fucking matter. Brinks, they said that Sixers also say that George Hill thumb surgery will resume on-court basketball activities in the coming days.
Yes, Mr. Wing. I don't think Tony Bradley's that much of an impact. He says, in hindsight, should we have traded Bradley? Don't think Howard will be back next year. Well, you say, okay, well, then there's a million other centers that you can get.
Yeah, I disagree. I think they're going to bring Dwight Howard back next year. I think
see that also, yeah. Absolutely.
I think they're very impressed by just attaboy Shaky. Shove it up Rye's ass.
Listen, I put a fire under him and see, he heard me. You know what I'm saying?
I think he'd be back for another year. 'Cause I think he likes it here. And
loves him.
And I think Daryl and Doc really like him. Just because they talk about like how the guy can play back-to-backs at 35 and he still has, the energy of a 25-year-old. And I'm not saying Dwight's great or anything, but as a backup center, he's perfect for this basketball team. And I would bring him. And is Danny's contract up after this year too?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I believe both are back. I find it really hard to believe that both them guys aren't back next year.
Yeah, because it's not like Danny's going to command serious money. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe he's still under the same contract that the Lakers signed him for, and that was after they won the title.
Whoopee. They're role players. George Hill is going to be a role player. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Danny Greener's a winner, Seth Curry, Shake. I mean, you have plenty of production. Like, you guys are just coming in already upset. It's just amazing to me. It's amazing that you guys like let a fucking beehive live rent free in your damn head.
I forget he's on the team half the time. That's the funny thing.
Korkmaz is going to have more of an impact come playoff time than Mike Scott will. Okay, you might get Mike Scott a run of like 5 minutes a game. Like, honestly, if he's even in the rotation.
I don't think there's a shot in hell that happens unless there's some kind of injury, because Ben Simmons, as they've shown, they're going to use him as a small five in some instances, as a 4, as a 3. So if Tobias Harris isn't in the game, I think you see some Ben Simmons off ball. Like he might play some 4, especially defensively. So I would be very surprised if Mike Scott is any effect at any point in the playoffs. Doesn't matter who you're facing.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan, no, he's not available tonight. He will resume basketball activities in the coming days, they said.
Ray's upset.
Yeah, Ray. Come on, Ray. Calm down. Calm down. It's early. Everybody's panicking. We're still up 1, and everybody's panicking. This is like truly amazing. I love when we panic, like Panic City. Well, if we don't get over 100 likes on YouTube, we're not going to win the game. So, you guys can control that.
Did you know, Tom, of all of the reaction videos we've done this year for the Sixers, there's only been one loss that we've been on the air for, and that was the only show that we had less than 100 likes. Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Now, we ended up getting over 100 likes after the show, but live doesn't count. Doesn't count.
God says I'm calm as fuck, as you should be.
Whoopee says, who will play behind Tobias Harris? Mike Scott, right? Exactly. No, wrong.
He's going to play like 38 minutes in the postseason. Like, you got to expect Tobias Harris to be going 38 minutes. Ben Simmons is going to play 38 minutes. Joel Embiid's going to play 38 minutes. Like, that's what happens come playoff time. You shrink. You shrink to an 8-9er. You know what I mean? You play 8-9 guys come playoff time. You're not playing 10, 11, 12 guys. You just don't. You don't. Unless you're just like that deep of a basketball team. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you're going to play your best 8, 9. Like I would say 9, most likely. Best 9 guys are going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Tease, good take, baby. Good take.
Yeah. And he's probably the 9th guy.
And that guy can play maybe a little stretch for you at times, depending on the matchup some of these other teams roll out for you.
You see that? You see what they just did on defense, Tom?
No, because I look back over here.
Everybody was turned around. And Reggie or whoever the Clippers guy was, he just walked right to the basket.
That's my guy, Danny Green. My guy, Danny.
What is he up to? 8 now? 9?
9. He's 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 3 from 3.
I agree, Mr. Wing. Like I said, like people misconstrue how we.
That's great defense in Paul George.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's really good.
I mean, you can't get a hand in the face any more than that.
Heat check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand either, Danny.
Clippers up 1 now. NFC East. Tom, how's your jaw? Got shots? Like alcohol shots? What you saying? No, I got a tooth pulled yesterday, so it fucking hurts. But I got ibuprofen. So I'm gooch. Well, I'm not gooch, but I'll be all right. Oh boy, Seth. Oh boy, Sethy. Oh boy. Yeah, you can't like basketball games don't start the 8 minutes on the clock in the 4th.
As we've seen the last couple of nights against the Warriors and against the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? It can be a completely different game.
A 3 by Nicholas Batum. Jesus Christ, this guy's still going around. Guy stole money, dude, after his Portland run. Flat out stole money.
Where did they get him from?
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's where he was last, right?
I believe so.
Because he was fucking under Chief City there. Because they gave him a ton of money.
Well, that's of course, small market. That's what they're going to do. Be like, oh, yeah, do you want to come play for us? Okay, great.
Bobby. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Bobby.
Support, baby. Support.
I love the 241.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Whatever you got in your account, fam, I love it. It could be, you give us 41 cents. We don't care. So we don't come on for the donations. We come on to spit it ways. But we'll take donations, though. Danny Green in double figures with 10. For any of our wrestling nerds, which I know there's plenty of you, in this very ring is live on A2D Radio right now as well. So feel free to jump back and forth. Give the boys a like over on YouTube, too. They're live right now, too. So make sure you bring your ass back here. But go give our boys some love over there.
It's like the changing the remote. Just flick back and forth. You have options.
Mm-hmm.
So commercial breaks, flip to them. When game time's on, flip to us.
That was that Dana Barros reference. What was that to? Sir Dana Barros. I guess something about Danny and threes, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I have the broadcast muted.
What's that call?
Probably looked at him wrong.
Clippers up 2. Kawhi going the line for a 3-point play.
What's up, TTP? He said, I expected this to be a blowout tonight without JoJo. Happy to be proven wrong so far. Yeah, I mean, Tom and I were talking earlier. They found a way to win against everybody else. Now, this is kind of a house money game. Like, if they lose tonight, anybody who's jumping off a bridge, I think they need to calm the hell down. And obviously, if they do win tonight, when you have guys like Morris and Kawhi and Paul George on the other side, even shows further why this team is who they are and why people continue to underestimate them just because they don't have the quote-unquote star power.
This guy needs to go to work right now.
Yep. Oh, dear God.
Oh, boy, Mikey.
Expect like 20 comments coming in now.
Oh, I mean, the other night, I mean, if he hits a 3 or 2, that's all you're asking for.
If you get like 6 to 10 points out of Mike Scott whenever he's on the floor, that's amazing. That's all you need. And some defensive toughness.
It's a great look, too. Yeah, I mean, the one thing Mike Scott will give you is he's going to give you toughness. He's going to play defense. So I don't know why everybody's up in arms over it. Like, if he ran out and ran up against KD for 5 minutes, he's gonna be aggressive with him. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he's going to stop KD. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's just it's another body to throw at them guys. That's all. Yeah, Mr. Wing, that just gets overlooked. Like how good of a look that is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
His vision gets overlooked.
Setting up easy shots like Mike Scott had and Danny Green, Seth Curry. They don't get wide open like that unless Ben Simmons is commanding the defense. Come on, Danny. Reggie Jackson.
I think you're up like 1 second on me, by the way, too.
Okay.
All right. That's a clank job.
Yeah, I've got 39, 8, 7, 6.
Maybe we are right there with each other. It's weird.
Sweet.
Because the one shake like that roller he had, you like said it went in as it was like going in. You know,
I did get to be honest, I did give an early celebration. I thought it was in before it actually went in.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
It was an early assumption by me. I was an almost jinx.
Okay, good. I was like, man, we're off. Like, how are we second? All right, Sixers down 2. 4 minutes to go here in the second. Or change, if you like to want to be a real announcer. Say 4 minutes and change. Toby.
Yeah, we're in sync, Tom. Oh, is Syracuse getting blown out, Tom?
Yes. Supposedly.
People in the chat are coming hot. They're saying check on Sweeps and Wilson. Is Sweeps a Syracuse fan?
Yes, he is. They're only down 10.
Don, don't you stop.
I mean, it's at half. I mean, they're down 10. They're down 30-20. I mean, they're not getting rolled. I was expecting to click on it and then to be down like 20.
Yeah.
Somebody said rolled. No, okay. I mean, they're also a fucking 13 or 11 seed.
Who are they playing tonight, Tom?
Houston, and I think that game's going to come down to the wire too.
I agree.
It's far from over yet. Far from over. Good style. Come on. Move the ball.
TTP says, name a better point guard than Ben Simmons other than CP3, maybe. Now, CP3 is pretty damn good.
Toby. Hey, baby.
Work. Oh, there's Wills. He heard me. What's up, boys? Let's go Cuse. Bad first half.
I mean, it is, Wills, but I mean, you're down 10. Like when everybody was saying they were getting rolled, I thought you guys were down like 25.
Yeah.
So, I mean, long half, a lot of basketball still to be played. And you guys are going to score more than 20 next half, I would assume, right? I mean, come on.
Look at that block.
He touched that last.
Where they call a foul.
I don't know what they did there.
Because that never went out of bounds.
Harris is balling, Pop. You are correct. Stop it. Did that just happen?
We can't have this.
Yeah, I think he got that off. I don't think that was even a problem. Tied up. Under 3 to go. 55. 3 to go in the first half, by the way, not the game.
See, some people are going to say, oh, my God, we were, they're going to be disappointed by this half if we're, down by a couple points or even tied. I think the fact that we're doing what we are so far, there you go, Benny. N1? No N1? Really?
Never get called.
See Sammy?
Was he clapping? I didn't see him.
No, he was like, go. He looked like he was going to run across the court and attack the ref.
Good. Ben Simmons in double figures with 10.
He's all emotion, Sammy Cassell. I love him.
Kawhi's out. Man, I don't like that one.
Again, we don't need to do heat checks right now, Danny. We already did that. We did that earlier. Yeah, he is TTP.
Guy now.
Are we in Toronto now? We back in Toronto?
Guy,
flashbacks.
Guy just cannot miss versus us. It's like unreal.
He's automatic.
Let's win one for a coach here, huh? Let's win one for a coach. Right back to Tobias. Go to work. Go to work. He can't stop you on the post. Go to work. Thank you.
Bang.
Tobias Harris was 17. 8 for 10 from the field. Take that, man. I think he leads all scorers, too, by the way. Kawhi has... No, they're tied. Kawhi has 7 too. That's too easy.
Who the hell is that?
Seth Curry. Or drove it, you mean?
Oh, no. Terrence Mann. Or not Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann's from the friggin' Field of Dreams. Jesus Christ. Man, let me see. Oh no, it is Terrence Mann.
Does the Clippers and Lakers not have fans in the arena yet?
I think because of the Los Angeles, like how California is still like all
Whack jobs.
Yeah, they're all aren't they like still like in lockdown?
Don't know.
Cali?
I was reading somewhere the other day. They have a bunch of new variants out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, TDP like a Jordan. Is that Mike?
Mm-hmm.
You, Mikey? Is that you, Mike?
No, I don't think he has Renegades or Renegades. DeCleva says, I want Drummond to go to the Nets so Embiid can destroy them all. Nah. Listen. I mean, I'm not sweating it, but let him go to the Lakers. Let him go somewhere else.
Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, man is 6 for 6. So, yes, he has not missed.
True, Jesse. Yeah, Jesse says, Tommy, you got to sleep with your mask on in LA pretty much.
That's funny. Sleep with it on. Daniel says, Toby's a grown man. Playing like it right now. Now, so we have a lot of basketball left.
So the Celtics turned it around. They're now blowing out the Thunder, so they're going to get a win. The Bucks lost to the Knicks tonight, so that's big as far as the standings is concerned. A little bit more distance off of them, even if you don't win tonight. You've got Pelicans beating out the Mavericks. A little bit left to go. Jazz blowing out the Grizzlies. Cavs and Kings in the second quarter. Rockets finally won a game. Good for them. TTP, what do you think about the Aldridge move? Does that move the needle? No, I don't believe so.
Does nothing for me. I mean, he can't play D. He's a shell of what he used to be. No. Doesn't do anything for me. Personally.
He's a slight improvement over whoever he would be replacing on the Nets. But no, I don't. Again, if they're going to the finals and if they're beating us, they're doing it because of the performance of their big three. They're not doing it because of guys like Aldridge and Blake Griffin.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Pete. Keep pounding that like over on YouTube. Come on. Get us to 100. You get us over 100, we win this basketball game. Players just bitching and playing so they can go to different teams nowadays. Yep. And it makes shit so frustrating. Yeah, it's corny. Honestly, it's corny. Like, I've never seen so many buyouts and so much extra shit. You know, it's just what the league's turning into. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it is what it is.
Well, I thought it funny. So, tweet from back in 2010, Kevin Durant, he tweeted, "Now everybody want to play for the Heat and Lakers. Let's go back to being competitive and going at these people." So, like, he was ripping apart super teams on Twitter. It's like, oh. And to Tom's point, like we said, we don't have a problem with KD. That's the league now. But
it's a terrible offensive call foul there. Just a bad call. I mean, I swear that these guys just want to make themselves and everybody know they're there. That's way too easy.
Tobias got caught sleeping there.
Now we're down 5.
Come on, we need a little showing of life here before the second half. Come on.
Take him,
Take it, Ben. It's Morris. Right back to him. Back to him. Ah, damn it. It's a bad shot.
I was stuck because they didn't move the basketball.
Last standing around the last couple of minutes.
Whole 24-second shot clock. They didn't move the basketball at all there. Well, this is going to be fun. Now we're going to go down 7. Yep. Oh, somehow you missed that. Where's the call?
I mean, that was all contact. You kidding me?
Jeez. Like nothing.
9 seconds, Ben. Come on. 5.
Thank you. About time. About time.
They have a foul to give?
No, they didn't have a foul to give.
Excellent.
So Ben will go to the line.
Is he making both here, Tom?
I will say yes.
What? What is this? What is this?
Technical on Seth Curry. Yeah, probably because of what we talked about.
Exactly, Bob. Tech for what?
Well, probably because he got bumped there.
And he's complaining.
I didn't call anything on that. When we all sat here and were like, dude, that's nothing.
That could be a clear path in some games.
It's a joke. These guys just love to like let everybody know they're reffing. This is what it is. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Shot that like you shot a freaking 3-pointer. Dude, it's a foul shot.
Fucking bow and arrow.
Exactly, TTP. I forget what it was. It was the I was rewatching the Lakers game, Tom, when we were on. And I just wanted to hear, what the broadcast had to say when they teed up Dwight and they let him go. And they cut to this guy. No way. Okay. They cut to the guy, I think he was in New York or whatever. The guy with a million screens behind him from the headquarters, the ref headquarters. And he's like, the only thing the refs care about is that the players showcase their talents, not the physicality. It's like, dude, enough. Physicality is part of the game, please. Nobody's out here throwing elbows.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like the game when it was physical. I like guys walking by guys and bumping into guys a little bit, right? And like the little rivalry situation. Okay, so Sixers are down 5 at half. Danny Green with 11, Tobias with 17, Ben with 11. There's your leading scorers. Mike Scott with 3, Seth Curry with 5, Shake Milton with 9. So, I mean, I know they had a good little lead there in the first quarter. You're going to be in a dogfight tonight. You knew this. I mean, I think we were all maybe sort of expecting to possibly lose this game anyway. I mean, you never say it before you come in. I mean, we give up 36. We had 36 in the last quarter, so that's not good enough, right? But we scored 30 in both quarters, 30-30. So,
what are the point totals for the Clippers?
29 and 36.
Okay. Exactly, Jesse. Some people's physical talent is their physicality. TTP asking you about the tooth.
What about it, TT?
He was asking how it is. Well, I guess it's gone, right? So,
yeah, it's not in my mouth anymore, but it hurts. I'm fighting through this for you peeps. You know what I mean? Fighting through.
Yeah, do clever. There's going to be buyout potential guys, out there for another couple weeks. There's plenty of time.
Well, not plenty of time to get us over 100 likes on this show, so that we can win this basketball game. Because right now, not looking good. Yeah, TTP. How many guys do a show 5 hours after their tooth is pulled? And then how many come back the next night and say, oh, you know what? We'll do another one too. How many guys, TTP? That's why you've been here from the beginning, because you saw right through that. You knew.
Cal Ripken.
Yeah, Cal Ripken. John, maybe. He said, do you think the lack of crowd noise allows the refs to hear players bitch more, reason for more verbal technicals? I mean, yeah, maybe. And the fact that these guys just love being a part of the fucking game. They love it. I'm a fighter, Mr. Cool. Yeah, tooth pain's no joke, Jesse. Like, tooth pain's one thing. The rip's a whole nother thing. The rip's like a good, like, fucking 48, 72 hours. It's just like, Well, listen, I got to give credit to the Vicodin, because without her, I don't know if I would be Cal Ripken.
This show has been brought to you by Vicodin. It's a live reaction show brought to you by Vicodin.
Vicodin, ibuprofen 600s, and whatever fucking antibiotic they gave me.
And fill in the blank, pain medication.
Like
Brought to you by the local dentist office.
Honestly, I've gotten like plenty of work done to my teeth pulled in the past. I've never left a dentist office with 3 prescriptions without asking for anything. Like I just would have left. Like I never expect to get anything for a tooth. And they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get you Vicodin, we got you ibuprofen, and we got you penicillin. Anything else? Keep
care package. Sent you home with a little goodie bag, huh?
Yeah, Johnny, I think it depends too. Like, I mean, my face is really swollen right now, but like, because he ripped it out so fast, I was like, that's done already? And he was talking about like your bigger ones in the back, or like double roots that are tougher to come out. You know what I mean? Like your wisdom teeth, etc. Like this one where it was, it's only like a single root. So not as bad as like, you know what I mean? Of like the constant like having to like rip it. You know what I mean? They like struggle getting one out. That can make it worse too.
What do you mean he didn't waste any time? Like you got in the chair and it just happened?
Dude, it was so quick. So quick.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
They literally shot me with the the needle for the numbing. And then like literally had like a couple little like 1-2 moves, and then that thing was out.
I'm telling you, I hate the needle more than because I've had this was years ago before I had braces and everything, but like I had 5 teeth pulled. I hate the needle more than the actual pulling. Needle.
Depends how like infected your tooth is too. Like thank God like I had antibiotics prior, so like nothing was infected in that area, so the needle didn't hurt. You know what I mean? Like imagine getting the needle when my face was out here that one time. And
my God, yeah.
You fucking fall over. I'd be in tears. I'd be crying up a storm. Jesse, you're right. Like there are things that I can deal with pain wise. Tooth, man, ain't none worse than tooth pain. Nothing. Really? And I'm gonna pay the price for this tomorrow for sure. Just like I paid the price today for yesterday. Like I'll continue to pay the price. But that's where, a little ice comes in handy. You know what I mean? Little ice. The hardest thing for me is cigarettes, honestly. Like they tell you don't smoke at all, but that's not happening. Not happening. I never got tooth pulled and didn't cig or two.
Somebody was asking. Travis was asking, what do you guys think about DeMarcus Cousins or Hassan Whiteside for us? I'm good. I'm good on both, honestly. Like I'm just gonna like if you get either of them, I'm not mad. But I don't think. I think Cousins is who he is. I think he's going to give you. I just don't know how much they move the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're going to be fine with what you're doing right now, where you're running, Simmons and Dwight Howard, kind of them both kind of intertwining as playing centers right now with a little bit of Mike Scott. And once again, I'm not okay with Mike Scott at all, but I don't know if bringing Whiteside or Cousins is really worth it unless it's like a 10-day, or like a non-guaranteed contract.
Either one stretch the floor enough. I don't know.
Yeah,
doesn't do it for me.
Like if Joel was out for like until the playoffs and we knew it, then okay. Then if you want to say just some emergency scenario, just so we don't have to throw Dwight out there, okay. But Joel's going to be back within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, so maybe even before that. So. If they're going to do a buyout, stretch for maybe another shooter, but other than that, I'm good on those two, to be honest.
Fournier still ain't there. Okay.
What?
Yeah, Fournier didn't play tonight for Boston. That's weird.
Jeez. Stay hot, Boston.
Yeah, I was just looking. I was just curious if he played and what he did. I mean, they're winning now. But somebody said Flyers talk.
Yeah, they stink.
I would love to say good win today, but no. I mean, if you don't, you're just a complete dumpster fire. Listen, they're still in it. I mean, they're still in it. There's time left, but they got to start playing better hockey today, and they did. So that's got to continue, man. I mean, that's a Flyers talk I can talk to you about, Wayne. I mean, want to skate a little bit, want to get rough and tough when you're dumping and chasing, right? Maybe score a goal or two. I don't know. Get maybe a couple saves. Maybe my future goaltender, my franchise goaltender, can figure it out a little bit, right? When he's going through a little bit of a sophomore slump, we're not helping defensively, but man, I mean, this team is underachieved big time this year for what our expectations were coming into this season. For sure. Okay, I mean, COVID protocol for Fournier.
L-Rob, and Tom's gonna get mad at me, but that's actually a name I was gonna bring up for buyout. It does make sense. I'm not gonna get into it because I don't want it to turn into a Bielitsa thing again, but that makes sense because he blocks and he's a good defender and he shoots threes. Corgi Deng. Yeah, I mean Renegade. I mean Cousins is never healthy.
Where's he at? Memphis or Oklahoma City?
Memphis. At least he was. He might be official buyout now.
Playing.
Say that again, Tom.
Guy ain't playing. So
nah.
Yeah.
Sportsman Philly says, I will be pissed with management if they don't get one or two players in the buyout clause. Who, the Sixers? Well, I mean, what names do you want? Is there, I mean, are you, like, give us some names that you think, A, they can get, and B, that you think would move the needle. I mean, I don't know. I mean, somebody could hit the buyout market tomorrow that I'm not thinking. How many roster spots do we have available? Let me see. Let me see how many G League guys are on the roster right now.
None right now. I don't think we have any roster spots available right now. We just signed. We
can move the two-way guys back, I believe. So like the Rajon Tuckers and Isaiah Joes, because I think they're both two ways. And I don't think they technically they did something with COVID protocol this year, Tom, where they extended the rosters for like G League guys.
I know. I still don't think they have any like open room for a full NBA contract.
Okay. Well, now, especially now they signed Paul Reed to the.
No, I just don't know where it is. Like they may. I mean, I know they have two-way stuff, but that's not going to do anything in the buyout market. Like you would have to get rid of somebody.
It's probably going to be the that Iggy guy from the Knicks.
So Jonathan says we have one open. I don't think we do.
I think once you get rid of that, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. The guy that the white kid from the Knicks that we got in the George Hill.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's
Brez Stinkis.
Somebody was like, dude, I really like this guy. I said, what?
He's had 2 shots this year and he's made one of them.
Somebody said he really can shoot the 3 ball. Somebody said in a group like that. Dude, I'm telling you, people are fucking so stupid.
When in high school? Like what? He hasn't played.
Maybe.
High school. I'm fine with just Paul Reed and Howard, to be honest. I wouldn't mind if they get someone, though. Yeah, and Daryl Morey gave him a contract as soon as possible. And Paul Reed was playing some backup 5 when Dwight Howard went out of the game the other night. So I think he's going to get a little bit of role. I'm surprised we didn't see him tonight, honestly.
Who, Paul?
Yeah.
Long night.
True.
Because Rajon Tucker's another name that you have on this roster.
Yeah, he's a 2-way. And then they signed Mason to a 2-way. Guy who went undrafted. I think that's his name. Mason Jones, yeah. So they can do some moving and shaking. TTP, you're going to get me upset. He says, I really wish we didn't trade Mikal Bridges for Zaire Smith. He'd be a perfect fit off the bench right now. Yeah.
Well, now. I mean, it's over with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
3 years ago, yeah. It was 2 regimes ago, actually, if you think about it. That was the Brett Brown interim GM regime. So. And probably, honestly, TTP, if he was on this team, we would have had to have used him as a trade asset in one of the other moves we had made since that draft pick. So I don't think any way we shake it, he would be on this roster right now. They would have traded him away for something, especially in that year where they got Jimmy Butler and Tobias.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we technically sorry. I got a cotton ball in my mouth right now, so.
Oh no, you're fine. L. Rob says, all I know is this: Seth Curry can't be in your starting lineup in the playoffs, period. I disagree. He's been in the starting lineup the entire time, right?
What does that
All
mean?
season, right? L-Rob, we're first in the East, right?
What does that mean? What does that mean? You guys are gonna get me all fucking fired up. I'm gonna get a fucking dry socket and shit in my fucking mouth. What are you talking about? Why can't he start?
I think and not directed to you, L-Rob. I mean, it is a little bit, but I think people panic too much about who's starting. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's in the playoff rotation. He's going to be starting. And if he's struggling, okay, well then he'll be out of the game, and George Hill will be in the game in his place. You know what I'm saying?
Casey, I think Rodney Hood stinks.
Yeah, he's having a bad year. Bad year.
And it's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
All right. It's not,
yeah. Kayvon says, a couple things. What's up, guys? 2, I'm done talking crap about the 76ers because the Heat suck right now. And 3, I was looking at a couple Jalen Hurts training videos on Twitter. A lot of people started commenting, even Ben Simmons practiced the 3-pointers. Yeah, I mean, I can't do the workout videos, Kevin. I can't.
Well, real quick, I am watching the game, and Seth Curry does not have a turnover tonight, so I'm just here to help. You know what I mean?
He's looked good. He's looked good since he's come back. He's looked good.
Like the Seth Curry, like he's not like his brother, but what's the problem? Like he has no turnovers tonight. So where's the turnover machine at? Like I don't know. You asked me if I'm watching the game. He's played 17 minutes and doesn't have a turnover. So I guess is he a liability defensively? A little bit, dude. But he's better than fucking JJ Redick, who everybody crowns in the city.
We'll get to the rotations now, John, before they start real quick. He says, against the Nets, I would like to see Thibault play some more minutes, but would love to hear your guys' rotation.
See, John, this is bad news, John. You're talking about rotation versus a team that, like, let's not worry about the Nets until we play the Nets, right? If we start thinking about the Nets right now, we're gonna get bounced in the fucking first round. Yeah. That's my concern. We're overlooking all these other teams. We really are. Teams that I think are better than them, too. Like, teams I'm more worried about than them.
Who are you more worried about than the Nets, Tom?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Milwaukee's good. Miami's good. Boston's going to be tough. Like, these teams are going to get better.
Are you worried about the Knicks at all?
No, I mean, they're going to be tough.
I think it would kind of go like it did when we played Brooklyn 2 years ago in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Just a scrappy series. We might drop a game, but that's about it.
Yeah, we might end up getting blown out here the way this is shaping out. The way this is shaping out.
But real quick, so regardless of who you're facing off against, John, you know, you've obviously got the 5, the starters. So, you know, Simmons, Seth, Danny, Toby, Joel. I would say the 3 locks, and if you disagree with any of this, Tom, let me know. The 3 locks coming off the bench would be Shake, George Hill, and Dwight. So that would get you to 8. So then, like we kind of talked about the other night, then you're looking at, okay, certain matchups. You would see Thibault. If you're looking for some extra shooting, maybe Furkan. If you're looking for a little extra size, maybe Mike Scott, possibly. But unless they buy another guy out, you know, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at those 8 guys as locks, and then you're saying, okay, well, depending on a matchup, if you need some extra stuff, then you're going to get to something else. Oh, yo. Hello, Mr. Chrome.
What up, fellas?
Were you here this entire time? I was looking at my screen.
I just popped in. We're
good.
Oh,
God. I was like, wait a second.
No, I caught whatever. What was the question you guys were just addressing?
The playoff rotation.
So we're just predicting what we think it could be?
Yeah, like I'll ask you, Chrome. Like you've got the 5 locks who are obviously the starters.
The starters, right.
Then the 3 locks off the bench, you've got Shake, George Hill, and Dwight.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that gets you to 8 guys. So then your 9th guy would be, if you need some extra defense, it would be Thibault. If you need an extra shooter, it would be Furkan. If you need some size, it would be Mike Scott.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Mike Scott. I think he's going to lose a spot in the rotation. You know, comes down to Matisse and Corky right now for me. But you know, honestly, adding a guy like a George Hill to me adds a little extra shooting there to where I would be more inclined to believe that Matisse especially if he can keep up his level of defense that he's playing and can continue to improve the shot between now and the end of the season. To me, Matisse is the lock for that 9th spot. I think Corky has an uphill battle just because I think Matisse can bring more dynamically to the team. I really like the addition of George Hill. You guys know, you guys have been on shows with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a name I've been putting out basically since we started talking names that could possibly be here. And he was in my top 2 or 3 guys that I really thought would be the right fit here. And the more I think about it, he just seems so logical. But again, when you look at him, and again, this is saying that there's nobody on the buyout market that we end up bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
He shoots well enough to where I think he's going to take those shots that we're used to seeing Corky take. I think you're going to need a guy like Matisse in the playoffs who can come in and play a little bit of shutdown defense off the bench, because we're going to need somebody to shut someone down on that second unit. So, I mean, for me, he would be the guy with the leg up right now.
Guys, I guess you. Seth is having a bad game. I am not Mr. Seth Curry apologist, but he doesn't have a turnover. So I'm just here giving you the facts. All right. I mean, he doesn't have a turnover. So you keep coming in. You keep telling me he got turnovers, and he doesn't have a turnover yet. He's not shooting well. I get it. 2 for 6, 3. It's hurting us in this basketball game for sure. But he doesn't have a turnover yet.
Yeah, I mean, Chrome, right before you came on, L. Rob was saying that under no circumstance should Seth Curry be in the starting lineup in the playoffs.
Disagree 1,000%. I mean, you need to have playoff time. We're going to have these guys. First of all, that's your unit. That's been your unit. I don't expect that to change. You don't start experimenting playoff time, particularly with something that's been successful. And secondly, he's a veteran guy. Guys like him, guys like Danny, guys like George Hill, those guys really step up a lot of times during playoff time. And I will take that experience 10 out of 10 times over and over with the consistency of what we've seen in success. Even when Seth isn't scoring, this team, he still commands respect. He's still a guy that they have to defend. He stretches the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So just even out of reputation alone, right? It's like to go back to 2017 Eagles, right? We used to talk about Torrey Smith and what he brought to the team. And maybe Torrey Smith wasn't the burner that he used to be. But how many times do we see the defense in the secondary had to respect him because of what he could do, even in flashes? It's the same thing here in the NBA. You have to respect a guy who is the second all-time leading three-point percentage shooter.
Yeah, I'm not meant for Seth Curry, but again, he doesn't have a turnover. So whoever's telling you he does is lying to you, because I am in the box score on NBA.com. He does not have a turnover.
And right on cue. Right on cue.
Like Ryan knows, I don't defend Seth Curry at all. So
no,
to me, defending Seth Curry, I'm just defending the facts of the matter. He's better than Redick, Al Rob, because he'll. God,
you didn't JJ Redick him just now. You did not just JJ Redick him.
He attempts to play defense. I'm not Mr. Seth Curry. I'm not crowning the guy, but I just think we're being way overly critical in a game that honestly we shouldn't win to begin with. We shouldn't win this game. They have their 2 stars playing. Okay, Reggie Jackson's also been unconscious the last week and a half. So, you know what I mean? That's all. I'm not telling you that Seth Curry's perfect, but he's a starter. Anybody thinks he's not a starter for this basketball team, I think is really confused.
Seth Curry's a starter on a hell of a lot of basketball teams in this league.
Yep.
About time Simmons got a call. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not his brother, guys. Everybody thought he was his brother when we got him, because they look at the stats and oh, greatest 3-point shooter ever. Okay, his brother shoots 20 more threes a game than him, so he's not. And I like Seth. But I'm not a guy who defends him like this. You're making me.
He says attempts to play defense. LOL, that's nice. JJ doesn't attempt to play defense. He's one of the worst defenders in the league.
Nobody on the Nets plays defense, L. Rob.
Why are we talking about defense right now? We don't bring in Seth Curry for defense.
I hear you, L. Rob. If he's not making his shots, it hurts you. I get it. I totally understand. I need him to. This would be great for him to get hot. That boy
Ben Simmons will be in the game, Travis.
Come on, Ben.
Yeah, he says, will Ben Simmons be on the court in the last 3 minutes of a tied game or George Hill? They don't. George Hill would be on the court only if Danny Green or Seth Curry are having rough nights. George Hill is not going to replace Ben Simmons.
Did he just play defense there? I'm asking for a friend. Was he not need to play defense there?
Please make the three. Please make the shot.
We're not happy unless we're complaining. Let's be real. Oh,
come on, come on, Dwight.
Yeah, we're struggling to make shots. No, I know you do, L. Rob. We're just talking. We're just, you're allowed to be critical, babe. Ain't nobody mad at you. We appreciate you commenting in as much as you are. Agree, disagree, radio.
Oh, God. Yep. We're going to have this kind of the third quarter. Paul George.
Sixers down 11. They are a 5-point dog. And if you're me, you loaded up on them tonight, which is probably going to be a poor decision. Dude, take him. Why are you settling? Why?
Oh, my God. You're forcing things now. Wow. Got away with one. Got away with one there.
Got away with two, right?
Fair.
To the bucket. Jesus.
Of course he doesn't make it.
Can we make a layup?
He is so heavy-handed.
Is that right?
I hate JJ Redick, Matt. I truthfully do.
You said you hate JJ?
Yeah, I'm anti-JJ Redick. Can we all agree Seth is our worst starter?
We're first in the friggin' East. Why are we having worst starter conversations, Travis?
Yeah, well, if he's your worst starter, that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
You're in pretty good shape then. In terms of JJ Redick, to me, that's a case of the typical Philadelphia mentality is that fall in love with these guys. JJ Redick, listen, when he was here, we talked about it. He changed the culture. He was the first kind of real big name or semi-big name free agent. He showed that guys could want to sign here and play here. Not just that, re-up. And he was good for, his tenure here. I will always love JJ Redick. That being said, I don't want him at this stage of his career on this team. When you have a guy in Korkmaz who's better than him, when you have a guy like Seth who can provide the same kind of three-point shooting with a little bit of better defense. Wow, that's got to be.
Come on now.
There's no T on that. No T on that.
I mean, if that's not a hostile act, I don't know what is.
If Dwight did that, he's thrown out of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, he whipped him.
Jesus. Stop it. He wanted to start on the Timberwolves. Would you guys stop? My goodness. A month and a half, 2 months ago before this COVID, y'all were blowing him. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all were blowing him. Would you stop? Like Seth Curry's not great, but you guys are just overwhelming right now. My goodness gracious. I don't know what you guys want. This team is better than the Brooklyn Nets. If you don't think so, when playoff time comes, I'll fucking show you. Okay?
This is the typical.
Remember, all you James Harden lovers, right? The dude fails every fucking postseason. Give it a rest. Okay? Give it a rest. Our good friend Kyle today was all over Twitter today. Oh, I can't believe, now we should have went all in for Harden. And other people were like, yeah, you're right. What are you talking about? What? Do you watch him every postseason?
Well, listen, this is all the reactionary stuff. I mean, 2 weeks ago, it was Danny Green. Danny Green was getting the Seth Curry treatment now. Now everybody's blowing Danny Green. This is typical of what we do.
By the way, this should absolutely be a T1. I mean, it's not even close to being a basketball move.
They call it a flagrant one.
Flagrant one, okay.
Yeah.
Dwight and Rondo giving each other love. And Pat Bev. Pat Bev got a big ass chain on. Jesus. Bigger than him. L. Rob says I started to carry 8. Yeah, you did. I think he's a perfect fit for our team too, John. Like when Joel's healthy. Like when Joel's there, he's going to get a lot of open looks.
Agreed.
It's like we've begged for shooters in this league for years on this team.
Oh.
And now that we finally have two shooters, Danny Green, Seth Curry, it's like, they both stink. It's like, do we remember that we literally didn't have any shooters? Like Joel Embiid was our best 3-point shooter last year.
At least he made one. I'll take one.
No, he's 3 for his last 4, actually. You know what I mean? He made 2 before that. So, all right, Dwighty. Seth is a 15-minute man. Why would he only be a 15-minute man? Like I don't.
Are we 6th in the East? Are we like a barely a playoff team?
Never
right now?
seen anything like that. If he was a 15-minute man, this team wouldn't be number 1 in the East right now. That's including through a long stretch right now without Joel Embiid and continuing to win games.
Like, have we not won our last 11 of our last 12, 12 of our last 14, something crazy?
Yep.
Oh my god. We're on a losing streak. We're right there with you. We're going crazy right now. It's a 6-game road trip.
You didn't start on the Mavs. Great. Okay. But they also didn't play inside out. They also played a different style of basketball than we're going to try to play. I can't believe this has been a Seth Curry show. Honestly. I'm really shocked by that. Like I didn't think we would be literally talking about Seth Curry this entire time. Listen, you junkies, get us over 100 likes on YouTube. Let's go. All right. Every time we got over 100, we win. What up, Pat? Pat says, listen. Harden's a loser. Blake is a loser and stinks. They got KD and Kyrie, but KD is hurt every other game, and they don't have enough basketballs to go around. Sixers are a better team. Couldn't agree with you more, and I'm not Mr. there's not enough basketballs to go around. Not everybody is going to be able to do what Golden State did. If you remember when the big 3 got together in Miami, it took them about the first half of the season to really get it going together, right? And you're talking about this Nets team that they haven't played together yet. They haven't all played together. So you think it's going to work? Like it's just, that's it. Pencil them in. Season's over. If the Sixers ever needed a bucket, this would be a good time for one. Sixers down 12.
Is that a foul, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
I don't know if they look tired per se. I just think that, and that can be part of it, dude. When you're on a long road trip, you know what I mean? As that trip comes to an end, you know what I mean? You have some games like this. There's a lot of basketball left in this game, though, guys. I want to.
NBA is a game of streaks. It's a game of streaks. Very easily, in a very short period of time, they could clip off a 10-1, 10-2 run.
I think people forget, too, the Clippers are a very good basketball team. They're playing well. It's going to be harder to beat a team like this. They're very good on both sides of the basketball. They can flat out defend, and they can obviously shoot the basketball and score.
Kyle, you are right. Time for Ben to step up now. That was our poll question. He needed to sort of carry us offensively. And what I meant by carry is I need him to be in the 20s tonight. He's been stuck on 11 for a long time. Yeah, this game might get out of control here shortly. If we don't go on our own run. You know what I mean? We need a little 8-0 or little 8-0 run.
Tell you what, the refs are making sure they have their presence in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. We're scoring points, but
we can't get stops right now.
No, nope.
That's a difference maker. But we'll take it. We're in the penalty with 6 minutes to go, so now you got to make all. You know what I mean? Now you got to capitalize on being in the penalty so early. You know what I mean? What was I going to say real quick? I want to give you the rundown. We've given we're getting outscored 16-11 this quarter. So we've gone up 16 so far this quarter. So we need a little run starting right now. We need a couple stops, right? A couple stops and a little run. What the hell call is that? A reach? What's Reggie Jackson's stats? Reggie Jackson is 5 for 7, 12 points per Reggie. He's been playing really well.
Triplet says Seth isn't reliable at all. He will have 22 points, then next game 5 points, then next game 8 points, then next game 7 points.
I'm curious who he wants to put in his spot then. On the roster right now, who are you going to put in that spot? Because if he's going to tell me somebody like Furkan is the epitome of what he put there, except Furkan will get you 22 and then 3, 2 on like a 1 for 8. So I don't even want to hear that. And that's the only other name that's out there.
I think people don't understand the definition of role players.
No,
Again, he's not his brother. He's not going to give you 20, 15 a night. He's not going to consistently.
My brother's going to give you 30, Pop.
Well, there you go.
There you go, Benny. No, I'm just saying to the level of like, okay, if you even wanted to say he's the level of Tobias Harris, you know what I'm saying? Where Tobias is getting you anywhere from 17 to 25 a night.
I like that dedication, Mark.
There you go. What?
I like that. I like.
They did not. Wow, they called a foul before he was able to score.
I agree with Awa. How can they both not like the call? Like, what the hell is going on?
Because they called a foul on, I think, Morris instead of just letting Ben score. You know what I'm saying? Just let it play out. And then Morris, I guess, is upset that a foul was called to begin with.
We'll take it, though. We walk to court now. Now we walk to court. Tee his ass up.
Oh, there you go. Ty Lue alert.
Forgot he was even there. Yeah, Pat, that's what they called Pat. It was a moving screen.
Why are they reviewing it now? Challenging it?
Ty Lue, talk about a guy that's aged 50 years in the last 20.
Well, when you have to coach LeBron, you know what I'm saying?
Tough life. Tough life.
It is.
Tired.
Well, the issue, TTP, is that they called the foul on the screen prior to him breaking out, but to the clear path.
So that's why Ben was upset, because instead of just having a walk-in layup, now you're going to have to go to the line and risk going 1 for 2 or 0 for 2.
George Hill's a point guard. Why would you start George Hill? He's your backup point guard.
He's going to start instead of Shake, ladies and gentlemen.
He's literally...
Shake's going to move over to play combo guard, fam. Should start that's 2 separate positions, fam.
It's not even... Yeah. Come on, man.
George Hill's a floor general. He's going to be on ball. You're not bringing in George Hill to play him off ball or spot him up as a 3-point shooter.
No, George Hill is that veteran guy in the backcourt with Shake in the second unit.
Shake Milton will then move over to off ball, being kind of a spot up shooter.
Why would you want to put all of your scores on the court at one time?
Because this is why this is the argument I get in every week with people. People see starting lineups and they think, oh, these are the 5 best players.
It's never the case.
Especially with Doc Rivers led teams. When they went on the run 2 years ago, when everyone thought they were tanking, the Clippers, right? The best 2 players on the floor for them was Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. You know what they both did? They came off the bench.
Yep.
Neither of them started, but you know what they also both did? They didn't start, but they finished games.
Exactly. And that's something that they talk about a lot in today's NBA, and I am 1,000% on board with it. People get so wrapped up in who starts games. In the NBA, in today's NBA, it's not about who starts. It's who you have playing down the stretch of games. George Hill will be a guy that will play down the stretch of games. I expect that Seth would, but maybe he is less inclined to play down the stretch of games. But we get so caught up on whose graphic is up when we see the starting 5, okay? You want to get – if Joel's not in there, sure, I get it. Let's be upset about that. And Ben, aside from them, it doesn't matter. It's who is on the floor during crunch time, when you need guys to be locked down and when you need guys to be aggressive and get hoops down the stretch. That's where the experience comes into play.
Yeah. Jonathan says whose minutes will be cut into when Hill is in. Shake's, whatever Maxey still had, and Furkan.
See, I don't think Shake's minutes are going to be cut into very much, if at all. But definitely Furkan and honestly, Maxey probably. And I don't even think you're going to – I think you're barely ever going to see Mike Scott on the floor.
I agree with that.
I
No,
almost wouldn't be shocked if they found a way to buy him out for the rest of his contract for the rest of the year.
That's interesting.
If there's somebody out there, a buyout option for them, I could see him being the guy that ends up out. He just doesn't do anything. Doesn't give you anything.
So what's going on, Tom? What was the call?
So they took the foul away from Morris and gave a foul to Ben Simmons. This is literally what the fuck just happened in this basketball game. This fucking piece of fucking shit leg. Freaking ridiculous.
We wasted 7 minutes of our lives doing that.
To go give him a foul on Kawhi. This is a joke, dude. This is a joke. This is what's ruining the game of basketball. Just telling everybody. This is what's ruining it. Makes it unenjoyable to watch. What did you see on that play? Because it's got to be clear evidence to change it. You watched him move. It was a moving screen. It was right in front of your fucking face. It was a moving screen. Are you kidding me?
And the screen came before the. So I will say this: I could see why they would call a reach on Ben. However, the screen came before the reach.
Exactly.
It's a wrap. It's a good. Got that, Morris? Oh my god!
Yep. Ball don't lie, Mars.
Just change it.
Karma.
4 point. It's a 4 point swing right there.
Man, every time I see a whistle off the ball when we're on offense, I just assume, oh, that's all ball.
So they overturned it, switched the foul call, took it off of one guy, and added it onto him.
But yeah,
and wasted 7 minutes.
Every time there's an off the ball whistle, I always just assume that Dwight fucking fouled somebody.
Or he's single involved. Time. Or he's involved. Yeah.
I just always assume that, all right, well, Dwight's got his fifth foul the first half.
Oh my God, Dwight. Oh my God. I can't even get excited when he gets a foul call.
I never understand.
Tori, don't start. Don't start.
Oh God, here we go.
Please don't fire up the YouTube chat, please.
Fire up. If people actually believe that, they should never watch basketball again.
Nope, never. I never understand, by the way. They better not call that.
Sit down, Pat Bev. I thought you were hurt. All these guys in street clothes, they're hopping around like they aren't hurt. Makes you wonder, huh, Chrome? Look pretty good from here.
Yeah, that ref looks like Romeo Crennel.
Friggin' tackle. Friggin' tackle. We just watched.
Oh.
This isn't going in. Wide open three. Oh, and Chrome, the only reason, going back to the minutes thing, the only reason why I say George Hill might cut into Shakes a little bit, it's because I can see George Hill running point, but then having he's angry. Ooh. He's mean. He's
Let's
upset.
Go. Wake up. Wake up. Let's go.
Yeah. That's what we need. A Ben Simmons offended Ben Simmons right now. Where you could see, a 5 with Ben Simmons also on the floor with George Hill, but Ben Simmons playing that 4 to kind of give some, because we were talking earlier, like there's really no need to bring in a Mike Scott or another 4 if you don't need to, because Ben Simmons, especially defensively, he can defend he can play the 4 defensively and then go off ball for a little bit offensively.
Yeah.
If this team doesn't go on a run ASAP, you can put a bow on this.
Oh yeah, you'll see the backups in the game with like 5 minutes to go. 89-75, Jesus.
Yeah. You really need a run here at the end of this quarter. Like, just like I said, nothing crazy. You just need to get it. You need to get it around 8, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to say you need to cut it to like 5, but if you can get this under double digits by the end of the third, I think we would be like, okay. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Give me 8 or 9, and I feel like I can still win this game. If we're down double digits going in our fourth, you can put a bow in it. Terrence Mann is 7 for 7. Such a Philly thing to have a random ass dude go wild on us. Yep.
Chrome, isn't that the name of the guy from Field of Dreams? The author.
No, it's Terrence. Is it Mann?
I think it is. Let me Google it.
I think it's
I think
Terrence
it is.
Mann.
Let me Google it. Let me see.
That'd be so funny. If you build it, Terrence Mann will come.
I'm serious. That's why I got confused earlier, Tom, when I was calling him Terrence. I'm like, wait a second, that can't be it. That's the Field of Dreams guy.
FYI, Sixers in a 2-3 zone right now.
Oh.
Yes, it is Terrence Mann, Field of Dreams. That's James Earl Jones' character.
Yeah. Moonlight Graham, Jacob Hensler.
Damn, you're right.
No, Field of Dreams is a top 5 movie for me. I love Field of Dreams.
I just watched on MLB Network. It was from like 6 years ago, but I never saw it. They had like 25 years after Field of Dreams, and they had like the cast, like Kevin Costner and all, back at the field.
Oh.
And they like talked about the movie. It was phenomenal.
I don't know how I missed that. Jesus.
Yeah. If it's on again, I'll shoot you a message and let you know.
Please
It was really, really good.
Spark says, Hive's got to go, bro. It's been gone, Sparks.
Remember that like half a season where he was like really good and then ended up getting a 2-year deal out of it?
He was our 6th man, Chrome.
And we were so happy that he came back.
We did have the Mike Scott game against Brooklyn in the playoffs where he made
it. Oh, there we go.
And one? No. Don't tell me that's offensive. You're kidding me.
Oh yeah. He hit him with an elbow.
That's weak. That is so weak, guys. That is so weak. It's a mouse.
He clipped him right in the face with an elbow.
I don't care. It's a mouse in the house. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I can't even.
Maxie. We got Maxie.
Oh, boy. Doc throwing the towel in already?
Nah, he's just trying something else now. Seeing if we can see a Tyrese Maxey 30-point game like we saw of Shake last year.
I got to tell you, every time you say mouse in the house, I think of the episode of Friends with the dude whose junk keeps falling out of his pants, and they keep saying, yo, buddy, put the mouse back in the house.
Oh, Jesus.
Down 11. I love a stop. Be a big fan of a stop here.
Come on, Tyrese. Let's that enthusiasm. Let's see something happen here with that.
Oh, that Ruben Patterson really stretching for 3 right now. Yeah, this is a wrap. I'm sorry, boys. I hate to say it's a wrap, but we just can't get any stops. So you have 93. Still got time left in the third.
There you go, Shake.
Score all day. It doesn't matter.
I feel like, is it me? I feel like we haven't seen Tobias for like an hour.
Oh, it hasn't been that long. It just feels that way because he's been out for 2 minutes and they've given up 12 points.
And, we've had to have how many reviews for fouls? You know what I'm saying?
And he's logged.
So that's the thing with the NBA, right? So we have I'm okay with having instant replay review in all sports. But it seems like with the NBA, they review everything.
It's too much.
It's way too much.
That is not going for the basketball right there. If you're going to go off the NBA rule, that you're 0 attempt to make a play on the basketball right there. That's their rule, not mine. John, the reason we're going to the zone is because we can't get stops. So whenever they go to the zone, they feel like they can't get stopped. I'm not saying they should stay in the zone, but that's usually the mentality behind it. Not saying I agree with it in this specific game, but a lot of bad calls in this one.
Dwight Howard might end up having 20 points just based off of foul shots. Seems like he's at the line every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Dwight.
2. I'll take a 2 for 2 spot.
How many does he have so far?
Points.
Yeah.
He's got 9.
Feels like more.
9 for 12 from the line. So shot the ball.
From the line. That's what. Does he have any field goals?
No. He's over 1 from the field. He's only had 1 attempt because
he gets fouled on everything. Yeah.
Because he's on the ground before he gets pissed.
Now Nicholas Batum doesn't miss.
Nicholas Batum season.
It's one of those games, man. Even when they do play, even when they do have a good defensive set, they just fucking hit shots.
Little Syracuse Brian Wilson update. Houston up 10 with 4 minutes to go. Jacob says, where the hell is Mrs. Whistle when you need her? What game was that, Tom? Utah?
Knicks, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, Knicks. Yes, Knicks.
So much for getting under double digits.
James Jackson is now donating body parts to see Mike Scott get cut.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cut veterans right now.
No. Unless he misses this. Okay.
No.
Maybe you can cut
No.
it. Oh, look, a foul call.
It was a late whistle, too.
Well, they're like, oh, we haven't called it in 5 seconds.
It was Romeo Cornell that called that foul.
There's nothing worse than when you're losing and the refs are annoying. It's like, okay, just let the game get done. You know what I'm saying? Just let it happen. End it already. You know what I mean?
Like, they waited to call that whistle until he already grabbed the ball and took a dribble.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. I can't.
So this is the thing I've always said. I don't understand how guys can't be good free throw shooters. Like, I don't care if you're a big guy or not. I just don't understand how you can't. Oh God! I thought you missed another one. I just don't understand how you could be at the professional level and not shoot a free throw. I just don't get it.
Oh God! If that would have gone in.
All right, Sixers are down 13 going into the fourth, 97-84. So
we need one of those quarters like we've had the last couple of weeks where we're only giving up 13 or 14.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
No, it's not. No, it's not happening when Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are on the court.
No.
Well, you have 32 that quarter, so not good.
No.
Not good. It's all right, though. Can't win every fucking game.
People calling for B-ball Paul. No, we'll see him when the game's down. When we're down by 20, we'll see him.
Well, it's good we're not going to get 100 likes on YouTube. That's why.
0 for 2, fam. 0 for 2.
That is why.
The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, fam. James Jackson said, I would be mad, but Embiid isn't playing, so I just want to see a close game. Yeah, like we said, we all had it penciled in as a loss before this week.
Mm-hmm. I think everybody did.
Now, I'm sure, you know what's going to happen. I'm sure we'll see in the comments after this game is officially over. Oh, my God, Daryl, what's your move, Daryl? They got, the Nets got LaMarcus Aldridge. What are you going to do?
Red saying, looks like the Nova game followed by this is going to lead to some bong rips and a triple layered chocolate ice cream cake. I'm getting too fat for this shit. Let's go Sixers. John Lynn says he's about to make 35 accounts to get us to 100 likes. Yeah, just go on a run. Rob, just go on a run. Like I've been begging for a little 8-0, a little 10-0 run, right? I mean, it can happen in a blink of an eye. You know, it's just it comes with getting stops. They've gotten 0 stops in 2 quarters. Like literally 0 stops in 2 quarters.
What's Ben sitting at points-wise, Tom? Like 12?
15, if I had to guess. Yeah, 15.
Get to 20. I'll take that as a positive if you get him to 20.
6 for 9 from the field. So, I mean, 9 attempts. I mean, I need more than 20, right? But he's already got 15 on 9 attempts. Like, I need him around, 15 attempts by the end of this game. He's got to take, another 6 attempts.
Yeah.
So, expectations change throughout, right? Like, that's,
of course.
That's one of the expectations changing. But he's right where we wanted him to be at this point. Like we said, carry offensively. He's not that was the poll question, but we meant carry with Tobias. We figured Tobias will give us 20. He's already got 21 with a whole quarter of basketball. So who else wants to score though? That's the problem. The only other guy that's giving you consistent buckets has been Shake. You know, Danny isn't having a bad game. I mean, he's 3 for 7 with 11. I mean, that's sort of Danny Green right there. You know what I mean?
And they've adjusted to him. They've taken him kind of out of the game defensively. Oh, Jesus, God.
Is that goaltending?
I don't know what the hell that was. Yeah, I was say, don't shoot that.
You gotta go on that though. You gotta drive because now you leave it with 4 seconds and this. You're lucky. You're lucky. Sixers down 10.
I need to stop.
Come on. Let's go on a little 9-0. A little 9-0, 10-0 run. Well, now we have more second chance points in them, which is don't mind. But that's not a moving screen. That's a walk, too. Walk, moving screen, nothing called. I heard from a source that Mike Scott will retire after this game and open up a chain of tattoo shops.
It's a good source. That's a good source.
Yeah, Whoopi. We need fucking stops. we've only been asking for stops for a fucking quarter and a half. Yeah, TDB. He walked. No call on the walk. There's a moving screen back out up on top. Go rewind that play. All right? That's why I'm a better ref than these fucking guys are. Moving screen. You saw the bench jump up when it happened. Whole bench jumped up.
And you're seeing that, Tom, because I know where that TV is. It's across the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a bigger one than before, obviously. It's not
Oh,
the,
yeah.
not the mouse in the house one. You know what I mean? And we got
God, you got to stop saying mouse in the house. I just keep thinking of a dude's junk falling out of his shorts.
That's what happens when you get the mouse in the house. That's how small he is. He's down there with your guy. It hurts to laugh. But it feels so good.
I'm surprised I didn't call kickball on Dwight there, by the way.
I know, right? I was waiting for something.
I actually think that. Oh,
Don't ever do that again, please.
me or him?
Maybe both.
Is Dwight still sitting on one free throw or one field goal attempt?
Yeah, one field goal attempt.
Unbelievable. Everything he does, he gets fouled.
You know what happened there? It's like he was in the air and then he realized, wait, I'm a T. Steibel. I can't
exactly. Exactly.
You were like, ooh, which was like, it was pretty. Like, ooh, 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 ooh.
It looked great until it left his hand.
Side of the rim. Went off the side of the backboard.
As soon as it left his hand.
You know the there you go, Dwight. Stay hot. You know the beginning of Space Jam where it's like Kid Jordan and he's driving to the lane and he jumps from like out towards the house to go dunk. That was Matisse. The only difference was Matisse realized he was Matisse. It's like it was slow motion. Yeah, he had energy there.
Oh, great.
Some of the energy Dwight
Great
could
trip
use
to
right
the
there.
line.
Yep.
Great trip to the line.
He's 9 for 14 from the line, right where man, could have really used you there to cut it to 8. All right, now we won't get a stop here. You can book a bucket right here. Book it.
Oh,
Or a
There
terrible
we go.
God. Jesus.
Push it, Tobias.
Should have been a bucket.
where are you driving to? What are we
Ooh.
doing?
Did he get fouled again? Oh, it's an over the back one, Dwight.
You missed the dunk. You missed that.
What was that call?
Over the back.
There's nothing over the back. It's a pass. It's not a rebound.
T.
The thing is,
He really just teed him up.
oh, God. Here we go. Come on, Dwight. You got to be smarter than that, Dwight. We just had this conversation with Doc.
You're watching the Sixers, sadly, right now.
Dwight, stop talking.
No, keep talking because they've been brutal. Get your ass tossed. Get tossed again.
Oh, he's saying out. He tossed somebody. Dwight got ejected. Wow, these refs, man.
Hold on. I gotta get in it. This is a flat out joke. Okay. Whatever that call was a terrible call. All NBA players do is bitch, bitch, bitch. And they have long leashes with all these dudes. You're tossing a guy that you called an over a back call on a pass. You understand what I just said to you right there? On a pass. Okay. Over the back. The definition of over the back is really with rebounding. It's not with a pass. Okay. Where was the call? What's the call on that play? What's the call? They made a pass. He went up and got the pass, came down, and what's the call? What's the call?
There you go.
What, a push in the back?
No, he didn't touch him, Tom. He didn't touch him.
Disgrace.
No, Travis. No, listen. I know I said a second ago for Dwight to stop, but no. Dwight has every right to be angry.
What's selfish about that? I mean, there ain't no son. I mean, to me, it's the refs. It's the refs. I mean, they've got a target on this guy. It's really ridiculous.
It'd be one thing if we were blaming, like, okay, we're losing because of the refs. No, but like,
That's it.
It's in on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough. Like, let the game play out, please. It's not an enjoyable basketball game.
When somebody I feel like I haven't seen it in a while, Danny Green.
All right,
You know what I'm
rat down 16 now. So
Yeah.
that was fun, guys. Fun while it lasted when we had a chance to get it to 8.
There you go, Toby. It's not over yet, Dad.
Exactly, TTP. Says when Morris clotheslines him and throws him on the ground on some hack-a-shack type stuff, it's flagrant one and he's all good. But as soon as Dwight opens his mouth, he's tossed. What a joke.
I mean, listen, I know he's LeBron James, but literally I've seen LeBron James do 1,000 times worse every single night, and you never see that.
Don't settle for that. Why would you settle for that, dude? Why would you settle for that? You have a 7-footer on you. You take him to the bucket. Fuck this shit. Come on to watch this crap tonight.
Listen, it's not over yet.
Way over.
Not over what? For what?
They're going to come out. Seth's going to drop a couple trays. Danny's going to do a little magic. Paul Reed's going to step in. 12 points in the 3-minute stretch.
No, I know you're trolling me. I love me some B-ball. Paul, listen.
Yeah, well, Joe's coming back, guys. So don't worry about that.
Listen, at this point, and you remember this, Tom, before when Joe went out, we sat and we talked about what can the second half of the schedule. We were talking about these guys with COVID.
Yeah.
And then Joe went out. We talked about the second half of the schedule and what would it take to get 50 wins, right? Do you remember that conversation?
Mm-hmm.
How many of these games that we just watched over the last stretch since Joe's been out would we have thought were going to be losses? Probably another 3 or 4 at least.
Mm-hmm.
We're not having Joe in the lineup. Like, guys, they're not going to win every game without Joe in the lineup. I mean, they're not going to win every game anyway. But like they're having a game where it's just one of those games. You know, you dust yourself off, you come back out ready to play next game. I mean, Ryan said it earlier. This is not some chump team that they're playing.
So, Chrome, I'll ask you and Tom as well. I'll give you the next 5 games, okay, on their schedule. And we'll just say Joe's not back for any of them. Say he's out for 5 more games. Because even if he's 100% ready, we've read and we understand they're going to, unless they're on a severe losing streak, they're not going to rush him back. Correct. So say we've got 5 more games where they're out. Tuesday night against the Nuggets in Denver.
I would say that's probably a loss.
I agree.
I mean, Denver made some nice moves too at the deadline to shore up that team, so that's going to be a tough win. I mean, although that being said, having those new players and having to now reestablish a bit of a chemistry, it could be an opportunity for them to surprise.
I think Jokic might put up 50.
Yeah, but I think we come back. That's our last game of the road trip, right?
No, you've got one more against Cleveland on Thursday.
I think
they beat them.
Nuggets?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I have that as a no.
I just think that's a game you get in foul trouble early. You have to have you make Ben play the 5 too much, and I don't know. That's. I just think that's a.
Well, see, I thought they were winning one of these 2 games. So
okay,
you got to honor that then, yeah.
That's how I had it. So
then
I'm losing Cleveland.
I will say right now, if it's not Joe, Jokic is probably my number 2 guy right now in terms of the MVP conversation.
I think he's going to end up winning it just based off of games played.
I agree.
And also, not just, I mean, I'm not saying he hasn't been great statistically, but I just think that's going to give him the edge.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. No, I agree.
Did Ben just throw a basketball? They cut away. Right? It looked like they cut away and it looked like he was going to throw a basketball. Then you've got at home next Saturday, home against the Timberwolves.
That's a win.
Yeah. Then you've got home against. Oh, this is a back-to-back. Home against the Grizzlies.
That's a win.
And the final two I'll give you. Home against the Celtics. I'm thinking that's the day they probably will get Joe back.
When?
April the 6th.
I mean, if they get Joe back, that's a win. If not, I don't know. Even being at home, I don't know.
I got him 4-1 to that stretch.
I've got loss, win. I've got him 3-2.
Yeah, I think I have him 3-2 as well.
I don't want to overreact. Wow.
Oh no, why is Toby limping?
I'm more worried about the shit call again.
Well, the Houston has officially eliminated Syracuse University.
Ben foul out.
Looks like it.
Wow.
Did he foul out?
Yep. Star players in this league should never have 6 fucking fouls. You understand me, guys? So that just shows you the disparity. You understand? It's ridiculous. Now you're down 19. But now it's officially over. So that was fun.
I hear you, James. I don't know. I was looking for the call. I was looking.
See, that's good ball movement to get a nice open shot. Why? Where has that been? Instead, we're just coming down. We're settling for contested shots.
Who's running point right now? Seth? Oh, dear Lord Jesus. Terrence Mann, Field of Dreams.
Looks like Tobias is running point.
There you go. Good patience. Again. Good patience. Good patience there. Shake, take a note. Take a note.
Wow.
TTP's upset. He absolutely has no clue how to referee a game. Same guy who threw Dwight out.
Was it Romeo?
Yeah, it's the guy with the mustache.
I'll say this, though. Like, everybody's going to overreact to this loss.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's what we do here, Tom.
That's why I got them winning 4 of the next 5 after this. Because they'll regroup. They'll get it together. Terrence Mann is currently 9 for 10 with 21 points. Paul George, 7 for 16, 21. Kawhi, 7 for 14, 24. Yeah, so that's their 3 leading scorers.
Yeah, I mean Terrence Mann this season he's averaging just guess without looking at the stats. Guess how many
7 points.
That's how much he averages.
Yeah,
Tom.
I was going to say 5.
5.5.
Jesus.
Sounds about right.
Stay hot one time, huh?
Second-year player. His career, he averages 4.
Oh, well. That's he's really up that average this year.
Yeah, so I mean, when you have that going for you, when you have him going off, and the refs being idiots. Colin, you know my feelings on Korkmaz. Not the time. Korkmaz supporters real quiet right now. What? How's Korkmaz? Why are we even talking about Korkmaz? Don says, questions. Do y'all got the Clippers making the NBA Finals?
No.
You guys
Nope.
both still on the Lakers?
No.
I'm not sure who I'm on out there yet.
I like Denver.
I don't know. I don't buy into Utah. I believe they're just going to be a regular season team again. Even though I would enjoy a Utah Sixers finals, that would be fun with all the storylines there. No, the Clippers have a shot, but no, I'll still go Lakers. I mean, once they're healthy, they'll figure it out. I mean, we remember this, Chrome. We were watching it over your house over the summer. I mean, the Lakers were in bad shape in the bubble when they started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they figured it out. So there's plenty of time.
It's true.
I'll never count a LeBron James team out.
Oh, here comes the hive, people. Buzzy. Why the hell is Mike Scott still here? Cut him now.
This is no point. It's a no point cut, guys. Truthfully, like a no pointer. No point cut. Like there's 0 point to cut him. I'm not like Mike Scott guy either. You guys know this.
No, he's a non-factor. He's a non-element.
There's no point in the cutting him.
L. Rob says, I like the Blazers to get over the hump in the West. Noah's saying he wants a Utah Nuggets rematch in the playoffs.
There's no call there.
I'm not even expecting it anymore, Tom, unless we're playing defense. What? Now there's a call?
It's on Danny Green, I guess.
Now they're walking the floor. No. Seth?
Did he foul out too?
Just put the friggin' backups in the game.
They
I know
Still got a shot. They're only down 13.
called a tackle on Tobias.
Oh, you have a tech now too, huh?
Yeah, because he got fouled on the other end. It's an easy call. An easy call. I mean, he got fouled on the other end. I mean, you guys can't complain when they don't get a call they want when the whole league does it. I mean, you ever watch Chris Paul play basketball? You ever hear Chris Paul mic'd up? I mean, my goodness gracious, dude should never be able to play in an NBA game. Nobody complains more than Chris Paul, and I like Chris Paul. So, like, it's not double standard bullshit.
Who complains more, him or Kyle Lowry?
Chris Paul. Chris Paul's always talking to the rest.
No, he's a chirper. He's a chirper.
Which I'm okay with. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, dude never gets technicals.
Well, isn't he like in charge of like the players board or something?
He might be.
The refs have called 8 technicals on us in the last 2 games.
Absurd. Yeah,
To me, that's something the league's got to look into, right? I mean, we talk about it all the time in other sports. You know, the best officials are the ones you barely notice are on the field or on the court.
Terrence Mann, I swear to God.
And this has just been absolutely absurd.
Nobody moved on defense right there.
Nope. Nah, they're pissed off. They're slumping their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Bias has it going on. Not that that matters. Got 29, 13 for 18 from the field, 32 minutes. So, going to ask for a better performance from him tonight.
No, I mean, he's matching Kawhi, which is what you needed.
Don says, what about Draymond Green complaining the most?
He does.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but he gets teed up for it.
He does. He gets. Yeah, he does. He's not.
He asked for
away with it.
If you look at like some of the times where like there's an NBA channel that is like NBA lip reading.
I love that stuff.
There's so many times, kind of like that MLB channel where they review ejections. There's a lot of times where Draymond's literally saying, "Tee me up," like he wants a technical.
That's like his gimmick now.
Yeah, that was just way too simple.
You got nobody in there to protect the rim. That's why. You know what I'm saying?
President of the Players Association. That's it. Chris Paul. Thank you, Red Sand.
How do you think Doc's daughter's feeling after this game?
Yeah, what's the story with that, Chrome?
Didn't Paul George cheat on his daughter or something like that?
Yeah.
The same daughter that Seth's with, or another one?
No, I think it's
Okay.
another one.
Okay. I was gonna say that would be really wild.
Actually, you got me curious now, Ryan. I'm going to Google this.
I think it is.
Yeah, I mean,
It is.
Is it the
Same?
same daughter?
It might be. I don't know how many daughters he has.
Let's find out. Doc Rivers.
still some A2D
Children.
investigation.
Oh, yeah, it comes up.
I want to be going and signing.
By the way, for anybody that thinks that we're not that they're not listening to us, all I typed in was Doc Rivers. What's the first thing that came up on my search history?
Daughter.
Callie.
But
Oh, wow.
I didn't even type in daughter. We mention it. Do you think your phone don't listen?
Oh, I know this. I was
People
talking
out there
about
talking about I'm afraid to get the vaccine because they're going to chip me. Look at this. You carry a chip around all day, every day.
Chrome. I was talking about French toast sticks the other day. You know what showed up on my Instagram? French toast sticks.
It's
Like
amazing.
the little ads. Little ShopRite ad for French toast sticks.
It's amazing.
As soon as like Cass was born,
Oh, all baby stuff?
all baby stuff.
Yep.
I told you one time I was in Dominican and my two friends that are from the UK, we were talking about like bunkers and shit in the water, like just like joking around. Phones were nowhere by us. They were like 50 feet away with our stuff. And as soon as we got out of the water, he's like, dude, look what just came up on my phone. And it was like bunker. It was like buy a bunker. All right, Tyrese.
Ooh, there you go.
I just like that because now I think he said his last 2 threes he's taken. Not tonight, but with the last reaction we had. He had a
Yeah,
three.
he's
That's really good to see. Because
Mhm.
that's the only thing stopping him. Because once he shows he can hit that, he's got the speed to go by anybody.
Oh, I forgot about this part of the story.
Yeah,
Not only did he cheat on her,
uh-huh.
but it resulted in a stripper getting pregnant.
Well,
Isn't he
Paul
Hey, listen, he's rusty, okay? He's still in the mud. Isn't the Paul George like I don't know. Paul George, the lady he's with, is that the same person?
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Yeah, because people were saying that the one that he got engaged to was a stripper.
It was a Miami stripper. He got her pregnant, and then they stayed together, and they have 2 children now.
And he was with the same daughter that Steph is with now.
And that's the one that Seth is now married to.
Jesus.
Sounds like a Disney movie, Chrome.
Drama.
Coach, like, how do you coach that guy after that? Like, I
How are
could.
you on the
He
same
did. He
court as
coached him
him?
after. He did. He coached him after that. That's what's amazing.
How do you do that? Like straight face. Like, how do you like look at that guy in the locker room and say, hey, "I'm gonna need a great effort out of you." But by the way, stay away from my fucking daughter. Okay? Like on his watch. Like that's on his watch, right? Like wasn't that on his watch? Like,
No.
that was when
No,
he was what, Indiana.
I'm not sure who Paul George. It was like I think it says it was around 2014, maybe.
Okay. So it was prior to.
It was a while before, yeah.
So at that point they were.
But still, though, it's like 5 years later.
I don't give a damn if it was 5 years ago.
I know. I'm still feeling some kind of a way about that.
They
You know
traded
me.
for him too, Doc. They traded for Paul George.
It's like,
They gave up 7 picks for him. If I'm the daughter, I'm feeling a certain kind of way. It's like, Dad, you traded for who? You traded how many for who? My God.
Unless
well, maybe Dad was like, "Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'm only going to be here for 1 more year. I'm going to fuck them and have them trade all their draft picks.
I'm gonna choke against Denver. I'm gonna blow a 3-1 lead.
Then I'm going to bring. Listen, I'm going to bring Seth in, son-in-law. We're going to bring him to Philly.
I'm gonna bring Uncle Sammy Cassell with me. I'm gonna try and recruit Blake Griffin, even though he has bad knees.
Oh. I would have liked a healthy Blake. I would have liked him on this team, but he's not one. I'm heartbroken that we didn't end up landing.
Oh yeah, look at this 5. We got Tyrese, B-ball Paul with a
I told you, here it
Put
comes.
back.
Here comes that 12-point run right now.
turning garbage into gold. You have Maxey, you have B-ball Paul, you have I think that's Rajon Tucker.
How do you
You
guys
got
feel about
Furkan, and you have Isaiah Joe.
How do you guys feel about the Sixers commentary team? Zoom off. Are we over Zoom off at this point?
No,
Do you think the shtick is kind of old?
absolutely not.
It's weird. Like I love Zoom off, and I like Allah, but man, they are definite homers.
Oh yeah.
Definite homers.
Allah 100%.
Oh, Allah, I know. I mean, Allah is the epitome. Oh, Allah is the epitome of the guy who's like, oh, I can't believe they would make that call on the other side. But then he's like, hey, I'll take it for us. It's okay. You take what you can get.
Uh-huh.
Does Rajon Tucker have a hive after that shot?
Coming soon.
My God.
That was a rainmaker.
Hey, can we get like a backdoor cover here?
There we go.
Let's go.
There he is.
Cover. Give me another 3. Give me another 3. Go unconscious right here. Pull up. Just pull up right now. Boom. And one. Get it. Damn it.
I
Little
like the
backdoor cover.
aggressiveness, though. I like the aggressiveness.
Possible. Come on. Little backdoor cover.
I just leaned back and I forgot with my new bed that I have like a ledge here and I just cracked my head on there. I know. I miss the Blue Lagoon being just the Blue Lagoon, kind of.
Oh, here you go, John. Start Rajon Tucker. Yeah. To whoever said Ben Simmons is going to come out of games in the tie game, yeah, he's going to come out of the game for Rajon Tucker. To whoever said that. Oh, there you go.
10-point game, boys.
I'm just looking for the cover at this point.
What was the line again, Tom? Sorry.
I think 5.
Oof. Yeah, we need some stops.
Yeah, you got a way to go for that.
We need some stops, and we need a 4-point play on Furkan.
It is 5.5.
That's not gonna do it.
5.5. Still a shot. Yeah, we lost because there wasn't 100 likes. Absolutely. We know why.
Chrome, I was telling Tom earlier, I was saying
71 right now. 71 likes. We're so close. So close.
At least get it to 76. Chrome, I was saying earlier that of all the shows Tom and I have done so far this season with live reactions, they've only, up until like 4 minutes from now, they've only lost one game, and that was against Milwaukee, and that was the only game there wasn't 100 likes. Makes you think.
Yep. We blame you, the fam.
And one.
Not blaming Seth. We're not blaming Hive.
Blaming the refs. And
Blaming
likes.
Romeo Crennel Jr. and the likes, or lack thereof.
Really happy though, that we did not trade.
First time around. Sorry, I'm a rookie.
I'm really happy we didn't trade Maxey or Thibault, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, I like Maxey.
I'm just excited to have them for another year to see their development before I rush the deal. You know what I mean? Because I really believe that these two are going to be good pieces for this team moving forward. If not to move or to be a part of their rotation, I truly believe that.
Stipe just got knocked out, Chrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stipe lost.
Yep. New heavyweight champ in the house. New heavyweight champ in the house.
$50 down the drain.
Mr. Ngannou. Chrome, let me know if there's because apparently when he got...
Oh my God. Did you guys just see that?
I did, unfortunately.
I was throwing my phone.
Well, that's a 10-point spread. Oh, I thought don't shake Paul George's hand. I thought he was going to shake Paul George's hand.
If we get a hug of Paul George.
Dude, come on.
See, does Seth give him a hug?
There's
Paul.
He's on screen. No, cut back.
Wait, go back.
Cut back.
Go back.
Damn you. I'm trying to squint. I'm trying to see it. You know, you can still see him on the court. I'm trying to see if I can see him. He's there with the towel. He's walking away now.
I think
Bam, somebody tell me if they hugged.
I think they hugged.
They definitely did. They definitely did. Yeah, I hate to blame games on the rest, but this is not why they lost. But this game should have been closer, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Next game is Tuesday night, Ralphie.
Oh, Joel Embiid is tweeting about Ngannou, by the way.
Glad you watched that and not this.
Somebody commented saying, I don't blame you for not watching the Sixers.
I don't blame them.
I might be like, dude, we had to watch it and you didn't.
The NBA has the worst. Second comment, the NBA has the worst officiating in any sport. Somebody saying, Father, please, when are you coming back? We all miss you. Oh my God. Look. So that's Stipe?
That's fun.
That's getting memed. Thank you, UFC.
What I miss?
Look at this is Stipe. This was a couple minutes ago.
Oh boy.
Should I put after I put the image, should I put Ngannou as the MVA refs and then Stipe as the Sixers?
Pretty close to me.
Chrome, what do you think? So that I'll just put NBA refs like text.
Yeah.
On Ngannou, and then I'll just put the Sixers.
Absolutely.
John Litt says Harrison Barnes had a big game winner. I mean, they got to be good to have a big game winner, but yeah. Sacramento's got to be good for that to matter.
I just saw your tweet, Tom. Come back to us, Joe.
Yeah, come on back. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore.
What, the no Joel games?
Yeah, I'm just over it now. Like, I want my guy back.
I'm just over it.
Yep. I was good till we lost.
We had a good run there, Tom.
Like Milwaukee game, I wasn't rushing him back yet. This one for sure though.
Why? Why though? The Clippers are a better team than Milwaukee.
Because of the way both games went. Like they beat us up inside tonight.
Okay.
They got whatever.
And nobody really. I mean, I know Tobias had 30 or something, but nobody really stepping up besides him. I would say.
Yeah.
And Danny played okay, so I don't have an issue with Danny or anything.
No, I just need him.
Danny did what he's supposed to do.
Not like tomorrow. I just need him back when we come back home. That's all.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll be hearing more that all of our losses because of Seth Curry. I'm sure that'll be dropping in shortly.
Oh yeah, somebody is writing on Joel Embiid's post like Seth Curry stinks. He shouldn't be a starter. Then who are you starting? Like who are you starting? Like I don't know who these people like. One guy says Curry is not a starter. Fun fact: never fight someone that was left in the Sahara Desert to die. Yep.
Yeah, in hindsight, that was probably $50 not well spent.
What's ironic is the Sixers actually need Tony Bradley right now. No joke.
Whoever said that, delete your account. My God.
These are funny.
At least I'll win my $50 back from the Coyotes game.
You bet on the Coyotes game?
Yeah, -1.5. I bet hockey all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the Coyotes. We're -1.5 at +235 versus San Jose. San Jose stinks.
For everyone going crazy about Harrison Barnes, who were they playing tonight? Who are the Kings playing?
I can tell you.
Cleveland.
Oh.
Cleveland.
Okay. Not to talk down on Harrison Barnes and the jumper, but like I was hoping maybe it was like a team we have to worry about or something. You know what I mean?
No, well, I mean, unless we play them. When we play them, we lose.
Oh yeah, the New Orlando. Down goes Pat Stipe Miocic. How does he spell this guy's friggin' name? Thank you.
Miocic?
Yeah. Miocic.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Miocic.
Oh, this is crazy. Samuel Moran was drafted 2,827 days ago. Tore the same ACL twice in 19 months. Switched to forward, returned to D, and scored his first NHL goal, which gave the Flyers a win after their worst 10 days in franchise history. Storybook doesn't even begin to describe the moment.
Can you send me that, Tom, please?
Welcome to the creative process of A2D, guys.
Yes, fam. This is how you make a meme.
Forgot we're even doing this. Or we're even live right now for a second.
It's cool. The fam are still hanging.
Chit-chatting.
A little chit chat.
A little behind the scenes talk, fam.
This is to be a fly on the wall at the A2D back office.
What's that WWE documentary, Tom? Chrome? I almost asked Tom. Jesus. Untold, yeah. The one on Vice.
Oh, Dark Side of the Ring. Dark Side of A2D.
Yeah.
Yes, Noah. We are fans of all Philly teams. Red Sand, Philly.
No.
Fielder, who's taking it? Crumb, I'm not leaving that up for you.
No, we are not fans of all Philly teams.
You aren't, because you're weird. The rest of us who
I don't mind the Phillies. They're not my baseball team, though.
Okay.
You don't mind them, but you
had to see how sweet my new Nolan Arenado jersey looked on me yesterday.
See,
or 2 nights ago.
I don't care, Ozzie Smith. Red Sand, Philly starting center fielder. Who's I think it's a doable.
He's looked good. He's looked good in spring training, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been fine. Judd says, is there going to be a Phillies show Thursday? I don't know.
We'll probably have that'll probably be our main topic Wednesday night, though, right, Tom?
Yes.
Full Phillies MLB season preview.
Yeah, leading into.
I mean, how gorgeous is that?
I knew that was coming.
How gorgeous is that bad boy?
You guys making the playoffs, Cromer?
Oh, absolutely.
You winning the division? I'm asking. I'm not busting your balls.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much they're going to do in the playoffs, but I think the lineup is solid. The guys who have question marks have looked really good in the spring. Matt Carpenter stinks. I think he has 1 hit in spring training, but that is what it is. He's a bench guy at this point. Yeah, and the pitching looks solid. Wainwright looks good. Flaherty has looked pretty decent in the spring, and they need to get KK back. They're in good shape.
Talking to you
get mustard on it. Hey, I'm one of those people when I eat food and I'm in like my jerseys, I take the jersey off or like a t-shirt that I really like. I put like a dark shirt on.
Sorry,
that's not nice, Joe. That's not nice at all.
Darius Slay right now, a little bit.
What's that?
I'm going at Darius Slay a little bit right now.
All right.
Because he goes, how many All-Stars was on Bron last championship? Just asking. And somebody goes, like, why do you hate LeBron so much? He said, I love Bron. He's a GOAT for sure. Just love me some Kobe. So I wrote, Shaq pretty good. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I like Kobe too, but come on. You're gonna play the All-Star thing with him? I mean, the most dominant big man of all time. Pretty good.
And then I mean, he also won. I mean, he's not on the Shaq level, but
exactly.
Pau Gasol's probably a Hall of Famer.
So say Pal's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good to go from Shaq to Pal.
And I mean, Odom was a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Before he got all fucked up with the Kardashians.
Sportsman says, Tom, don't say we don't need anyone in the buyout market after being trounced. No, what we need is Joel Embiid back.
What? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Who the fuck are you getting in the buyout market?
There's nobody left. There's nobody out there.
We're not getting Andre Drummond, ladies and gentlemen.
Andre Drummond stinks. So,
Why does nobody want DeMarcus Cousins? Got to be something there.
he's a piece of shit.
And he's always hurt. And also what Tom said. Times 2.
And just to emphasize, again, what Tom said.
Yes, times 3. Yeah, sportsman.
I mean, Aldridge would have been nice. He
can't move anymore. He can't move anymore.
I think for a depth piece here, he would have been a really nice addition. But
my reaction would be the same as if he went when he went to the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't make them worse, but I don't think he makes them a whole lot better. That's my point.
Man, some of these guys have some really cold takes out here.
On YouTube or Twitter?
Twitter.
Why? Well, expose them, Tom. We lost. We don't have to play. Expose them. Come on. You don't have to give names. Just read them.
I will give names because this is my guy, and he's so off base.
Oh, DJ?
Yeah.
Why? What is he saying?
That Mike Scott is to Doc what Raul Neto was to Brett Brown.
No, I disagree.
Nobody else played a 4.
Yeah.
Stop, guys, stop. Now it's like a Mike Hive. Dude, if you think Mike Hive it matters any bit to this basketball team in the postseason, you are fucking delusional. To anybody. First off, Mike Scott is a better pro than Raul Neto will ever be. All right? This is a little fact check for the people, okay? Mike Scott was a better pro and still is than Raul Neto. So please stop it, okay? Stop it. You're talking about a guy who's playing a few minutes a game, man. I mean, he had to play 29 tonight, all right? Probably not ideal.
No, God.
Okay? But come on, he had to play the center. He had to play the center position tonight. He had to start at center. So can we stop? B-ball Paul, guys. He just made a pass backwards for a turnover to end the game. Did you guys watch that? I mean, the game was over, but instead of driving down the court, he picked up his dribble, passed it backwards without looking, and passed it right to a Clippers guy. But that guy deserves minutes? You're all fucking out of control. You're all out of control. Out of it. That was
what do you say?
Go back and rewind that play. At the end of the game. It was like, what? Did you guys see me say, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know the game's over, but what are you doing? That guy needs...
I would look at Otto Porter. What do you guys think of George?
Otto Porter stinks. Otto Porter is horrendous. Keep Otto Porter.
I said I would look at him.
I wouldn't even take a sniff. Okay, I wouldn't even look with my worst enemy's fucking eyes. Otto Porter stinks. Stop. Get out of the Otto Porter game.
What do you think of Georgie though?
Gorgie Dang. I mentioned him earlier.
I like him.
It would make sense.
He would be a good fit here.
Yeah, blocks, shoots, plays defense.
Just doesn't matter enough to me. That's all my point.
I think he strengthens your second unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a definitive upgrade over Mike Scott.
Get him off the court when? Because when it's
honestly, at this point, you need to have depth behind Dwight and Joe because Dwight can't stay on the court because of fouls or technical fouls, and Joe's hurt. You need to have some kind of an insurance policy somewhere in talking, with bigs. So I wouldn't mind him.
Yeah, for 8 to 10 minutes a game, it's just irrelevant to me. It just truly is. How many guys you guys want to play?
I don't know. How many guys I got to think. I mean, listen, I got to think.
At a time.
And I'm not even saying because of Joe. It could be because of Dwight because he can't stay on the court because of fouls. I got to anticipate I might need to have somebody's insurance policy. I might need to play 20-25 for me at times.
Stop it, dude. I mean, in the playoffs, Joel Embiid's playing 38 minutes a night. What are you talking about?
Right, but I'm just saying.
Right,
you
what?
never know.
Left then. Do the math. How much time's left?
All right. Well, listen. I love him, and I hope that he stays healthy. But
how much time?
I love him, and I hope that he stays healthy. But I'm not counting by any means. I am not counting on him staying healthy right now.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, then it's over anyway. It's a wrap anyway. Then, so if you don't have confidence in being healthy, then what's the point of doing anything? Might as well just hang it up now. You know what I mean? Might as well just call it a season now. We'll get ready for 2022.
I have no problem. Listen, I'm assuming that he will be, but I have no problem having an insurance policy just in case. I don't care. It's a buyout. You can get him for dirt cheap. I don't care if he ends up being your 12th man on the roster who's just there as a just in case. He's still an improvement over Mike Scott. 1,000 times better than Mike Scott. And fits this team more.
Yeah, and I think it matters too, just because even if it's in the regular season, with Joe, Mike Scott was still getting, 10, 11 minutes because, I understand it didn't seem like we were using Mike Scott a lot, but that's because he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Mike Scott is healthy, they're going to give him a run. They give him 10 minutes. So if I could say, okay, for those 10 minutes, not to be a complete liability, which Mike Scott has been, and again, I don't care about Mike Scott, but a Gorgie Dang, something like that, like, just to make you a little bit better, I don't know why there would be an issue with it. You know what I mean?
And it's not even just that.
We're talking about it. Because if you guys literally are talking about Gorgie Dang mattering for this team to go to an Eastern Conference final, you're all fucking out of control right now. Like, I'm just being
matters
honest.
To get the number one seed. Matters to get the number one seed.
Gorgie Dang is the difference of fucking 8 minutes a game. It's going to get you to 1 or the 2 seed. Are we okay? This team's going to go if Joel Embiid goes. Okay, if Joel Embiid's not healthy, wrap the season up then. Okay? Gorgie Dang ain't going to matter if Joe's not playing 38 minutes a night. That's simple as that. Simple as that. L-Rob, I don't care about him being a liability. All right? If at anything, he's not going to play in the postseason. We just had this conversation. We just had it. We literally just had this conversation an hour and a half ago. And we talked about how he's not going to play because Ben's going to run the 4 when Toby's not in the game, and Toby's going to be playing the 4. All right? There's no need. How many guys are you going to play?
Listen. We're talking about
12-man bench in the postseason. That's
right. But right now, we need to lock in. We need to solidify that number 1 seed. I really, truly believe that that's going to be really important for this team, right? And I know they've had a decent stretch, but when I look at the body of work over the season, the inconsistency is still there with this bench. I'm pulling up his numbers. Guess what? 16 minutes. He's averaging 8 points and 4.5 rebounds a game in 16 minutes. And with this team, when that bench is on the court, we have seen 15-point swings in a 5-minute or 4-minute time span. So if I could get a guy like that on the court who in 16 minutes can lock down a little bit defensively, put up 8 points for me, and get me 4 or 5 or 6 rebounds, I'll take that all day. That's on a shitty team. He could probably even boost those numbers up a little bit.
That answers the question.
He solidifies the bench a little bit.
Nope. I completely disagree with you guys. You guys go run into the fucking dumpster because a guy can score on a shitty team. Not everybody on shitty teams, one that's coming off the bench, tells you even more. And then getting bought out. Are you guys okay? It tells you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason you're getting bought out. There's a reason you were coming off the bench. There's a reason you can't start on a good team. So, I'm not I don't care enough about Gorgie Dang one way or the other, but I'm just making a point. If you guys think that's the difference maker of 1 or a 2 seed, I think we're way off base right now, and we're really overreacting to a loss tonight, which happens, which is fine. I get it. Okay, but
I'm not overreacting to the loss. I bought his name.
You both are shaking your head. First off, I forgot. Now you guys are getting me wound up. I forgot more basketball than the two of you. Gorgie Dang, shut the fuck up, please. Because now I'm going to get personal. Gorgie Dang stinks. Right, you can shake your head and smirk at me.
Why? Because you can't pronounce his name? Why? Because you can't pronounce his name?
Well, because I don't care enough to pronounce his name. Let me go find every dude and trade for every guy after every loss and then sit here and tell me because I can't pronounce his name right.
Who's talking about trading?
Oh, buy it. I'm sorry. We always got to make a move, guys. It's literally little kid shit. We are a good basketball team. You're talking about upgrading the 10th player? Are you guys okay? It doesn't matter. He's not.
He stays healthy, too.
Yeah, he does.
Why?
He stays healthy. He's durable.
Oh, he's durable in 16 minutes a game, Crumb? He's durable in 16 minutes a game? Are we okay? 16 minutes a game, we're talking about durability?
So you don't want to make any adjustments. So you don't want to make any moves.
Right. We just made one. How many moves do you guys want to make? There's going to be bad guys on your roster. There's going to be inconsistent guys on every team's roster. What else is left to do? A buyout, you're going to the garbage can. You are going to the garbage. So you're replacing garbage with garbage. That's what you're doing. Garbage with garbage.
Solidify your bench.
Has he ever played in the postseason?
No.
So shut the fuck up then. Okay?
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
I care. I care. If you want to give guys
Doesn't
runs,
matter.
it's veterans that need runs in the postseason.
Doesn't matter.
You guys are going to shake your head. What young players win postseason chips? Please tell me, guys. You need veterans. These dangs of the world mean shit to me. I'd rather Mike Scott run fucking 8 minutes than Dang because at least the guy's played in the postseason before. He's hit threes in the postseason.
Doesn't mean nothing if he ain't doing nothing.
You're talking about Mike Scott, the difference maker of this team. Like,
Contributes nothing.
Contributes what, though? What is it? What do you
Right.
need him to contribute
Contributes nothing.
when you're the number 1 seed in the East right now? What?
Right now.
Trying to make sure
You're
we
getting
Trying
Joel
to make sure,
back.
trying to make sure we lock that up.
So that guy's going to lock it up for you?
He's an improvement.
You're talking about minuscule, man. You guys are talking about minuscule improvements. Like it's that much of a difference maker.
Everything helps.
It's minuscule. You're talking about a guy who plays 15 minutes a night on a bad team. What's the big difference maker? He's the difference of us being a 1 or 2 seed?
It's better than Mike Scott.
Is he the difference of us being a 1 or 2 seed?
He could be.
No, he's not. He's not.
Could be.
He's getting pulled out on a bad team.
Could be.
The names that get pulled out of the fucking hats. I literally can't. I didn't know the guys in the NBA anymore. I mean, the names that get pulled out of hats is just mind-boggling to me. I love you both, and it's conversation. It's great. We can agree, disagree. But you're both so off base with this. I want you to go back and listen to this a year from now when the guy probably ain't even in the league, and remember that we were clamoring for a guy who got bought out by a shit team because he averages 8 a game, and he's an upgrade from Mike Scott. Because you guys turn on the tape and you watch him nightly now. We're watching him nightly to know how good or inconsistent or consistent he is or isn't. Come on, guys. That's not like it's not fair for me to tell you he's consistent when I don't watch him enough. So for you guys to sit here and go off a stat sheet and say, "Oh, look what he averages," like
Better
what?
than Mike Scott.
Chrome, Mike Scott is not going to play in the postseason. We just had this conversation.
I'm getting.
Why you to shake your head? We just talked about this 2 hours.
there.
We're not talking about the post. I never mentioned.
I didn't talk about the
once.
postseason.
We absolutely did. We absolutely did earlier in this show.
No, run the tape back then because we
We didn't talk
never
postseason lineups. We didn't talk postseason rotation. We didn't.
What, an hour
We
ago?
did.
I
We
just
did.
said this 2 hours ago. What did we talk about? We talked about our rotation on the bench.
Chrome and I are talking about staying at the 1 seed.
I'm talking.
We're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
the-
Don't let me
having
finish
time
my-
left and
don't
getting
let me
there.
finish what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. We just talked about our rotation in the postseason,
Right.
and we talked about Mike Scott not playing. So
Right.
what tape would you like me to run for you guys? You just said this. You just said it.
I'm talking about improving for the regular season right now.
That's
Even
what
if he
we've been
doesn't
saying this
crack the
entire time.
rotation for the postseason.
Right.
can
You
make
tell
moves to
me
move
what
through.
you said. You guys literally sound like the biggest 2 nerds I've ever met in my life talking basketball with. That Gorget
I would yell with you, but
Dang
it's
is not going to change this basketball team in any way. Joel Embiid is going to change this basketball team coming back.
You're right. George Hill, too.
Nothing to do with this guy.
Yeah, George Hill.
You were talking about a freaking minuscule freaking buyout guy as like, oh, well, that's the difference of us being maybe a 1 or a 3 seed. Why? What are we talking about? Seriously, what are we talking about?
Yeah, because it's going to improve the bench.
When guys are out.
When guys are out. There's 26 games left in the regular season, guys. If guys are out to that level, then fold this season up because they're
And
not going to go anywhere then.
Would not shock me either if they start scaling back Joe's minutes up until the playoff run.
Good point also.
And guy's a point a minute guy. So how's that a good point?
So you're going to need more. You're going to need more guys that are going to be able to play. You're going to need more guys. You're going to need to have more depth at the big man position during the regular season when you don't need to have Joe on the court all the time because they're going to scale it back to save him.
This is the final run. You don't scale back here.
I guarantee
Ramp
they
up.
do. We see it
I
before.
guarantee you
We'll
how
see
it
again.
works. You ramp up to get ready for the postseason. You don't scale back. Guys add minutes at the end of the year.
Right. We'll see.
That's factual. Guys, I can't argue with you guys when you're
With
just
Joe.
I'm wrong. Guys add minutes at the end of the year. They don't scale backwards.
I understand that, but
You just told me
Joe-
no. I'm telling you the
Joe-
facts.
stop cutting me off.
I'm
Stop cutting me off.
telling you.
All I said, no, because you're asking me a question and then you're cutting me off.
I'm
What
telling
I'm
you.
saying is, in this scenario with Joel Embiid being hurt they will coddle him yet again. And yeah, maybe the last 5, 6, 7 games, they start ramping it up. He's still got 20 games to go beforehand. And that's where they're going to start looking to bring. I'm telling you, it would not shock me if they bring a guy in, even if it's Deng, to come in and pick up some of those minutes so that you can do that with Joel before that last stretch of games to ramp up his minutes and get him back into a 35, 40-minute shape. But if you think they're just going to bring him back and just throw him back in with the same minutes,
that's what I
you're
said.
out of your mind.
That's what I said, right?
Well, I didn't say that you said that,
No,
but you cut me off and said that I said something.
I'll cut everybody else I want off, okay? I cut anybody else I want off. I'm sorry that I'm talking. I'm sorry that I'm talking. I won't talk anymore. Go ahead.
Well, you asked me a question, and then when I try to answer it,
you were wrong both times. You told me no, that's not the case.
Wasn't wrong.
Okay. I just told you they ramp up minutes as the end of the season gets closer.
I don't disagree with you. I'm saying this situation. I don't disagree with you, but I'm saying this situation is different. I'm not saying that they won't ramp his minutes up 5 to 7 games left in the season. You still got 20 games before you hit that point. And a lot can happen in 20 games when you're only up a game on Brooklyn right now. So you're going to need guys, I don't care if it's for 10 or 15 minutes, that are better than Mike Scott that can contribute at the big man position.
All right.
That's the point I was making. I don't disagree with you on the ramping up minutes. You're right. That's exactly what guys do, because you got to get them into game shape to shorten the bench so that they have that stamina and that their durability to be able to do that. But with this situation, I believe up until 5 or 6 games left in the season, they will manage his minutes a little bit. And I don't want Mike Scott to be the guy that has those minutes. Any of those extra minutes.
I want to have those minutes.
Any of those extra minutes. I'm just saying, my feeling is they will give minutes to Mike Scott that Mike Scott should not be having. And I will take anybody that's an upgrade over that for that stretch of 16, 18, 20 games that can give me more.
All right.
That's the point I was making. That's all. We're not that far off.
Lose the game and now we're going to the garbage can.
I don't know. But see, that's what I disagree.
Before this,
somebody asked us about Gorgie Deng. Like, we were answering a question. Like, I don't think anyone was saying like, "Oh, here's a list."
Question. I don't think
anyone's clamoring though. Like, I don't think we're like, "Oh, Gorgie Deng."
You both just told me how much better we get. So maybe you need to go back and listen to what you two just said to me. And now
you're over exaggerating.
It's the difference from a 1 to a 3 seed.
Over exaggeration.
That's what I was told. You both just said it, Ryan. You said 1 to a 3 seed. It's different from us dropping and not being a 1 or a 2 seed.
Making moves.
That's what you said.
Making moves in
what
order.
Dude,
listen,
26 games left.
I will not back off.
Oh my God, we got to move this. We got to move this. We got to move this.
No, but
that's what's happening right now. This is what
that would have been last week.
We didn't say that one player is the difference. What I said is the production. The production of the bench is the difference.
All right. Gorgie, whatever the fuck his name is, the difference from us being a 1 or a 3 seed. That was the conversation. That's what was said. That's what got me pissed off. If nobody understands that, then I can't help you guys. Because to me, that's not the difference. That's not going to be the difference. The difference is going to be a healthy Joel Embiid. The difference is going to be this basketball team being fully back together. That's going to be the difference of a 1 or a 3 seed, okay? That's the difference, not some marginal bench piece that doesn't matter, okay? We already went and upgraded our bench with a veteran, all right, to make our bench better. And then we do that, and we always want something else. That's all my point. Like, I don't care about Mike Scott. That's the thing. Like, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want with Mike Scott, all right? But if we think Mike Scott, when Joel Embiid is playing, has major minutes, I think we're just way off base. And that's all my point is. You want to talk about major minutes for 15 games, whoop-de-do then. Whoop-de-do. I mean, like, that guy's going to come in and be a difference maker for 15 games in big minutes off a buyout and a new team? Okay, then. Fine. Then sign me up. Sure. If that guy's coming in and giving you double digits every night off your bench, then sign me up. I don't buy it. That's my argument.
And I understand that. My thing is, before this loss, before we even got George Hill, I have said I want to see them get another big man for the bench, and I want it to provide a little bit of depth at that position, because I don't even trust Dwight that he can stay on the floor. It's not even necessarily about Joe. I don't trust Dwight that he can stay on the floor. And then the other one is I wanted to have a guard, which I wanted. George Hill was the guy I always wanted. So we got him.
Stay on the floor how though? Like, what do you mean stay on the floor? Like injury?
Foul trouble? Foul. No, I don't. I mean, he's been durable this year. I have no reason to believe that Dwight's not going to stay on the floor. But I don't trust his ability to stay on the floor because he's constantly in foul trouble. I never seen anybody foul as much in such a short amount of time.
He walks into 3 fouls within like 6 minutes.
And that's the point. I mean, I love him. I love him. I love his intensity, but he's one of those guys for whatever reason seems to just not have. He is not on the good side of any officials. And so for that, I've said way before we even got George Hill, I would like to see them get an upgrade over Mike Scott for the bench in a big man position, and I wanted to see them go get a guard like George Hill. So we got one.
Stretch 4 and a guard. That's what.
This is not any. This is this loss or none of this is any different than anything I've been asking for the last 3 weeks. That's my point. So I mean, I only put
he's saying
out there.
He's saying and we just talked about rotation in the playoffs and not being able to play 10 guys. You keep yanning them up to death like it's making your point for you.
But what am I saying that is different from what I've always said?
Because you've been wrong about this entire situation. You've been clamoring for every player that comes available, and it's becoming
clamoring. What? Because I bring up names? Like what's clamoring? I
bring up names that are marginal, below average players that are going to make a difference.
Yeah, they're best players.
Listen, to a point where it sounds like it's getting ridiculous. Like we are first in the East. We lost one game, and we got to upgrade this. Oh, I got to keep harping on. Now we're going to get into the buyouts because we're going to find talent in the buyout market. We're going to find impactful guys in the buyout market. I mean, come on, guys. Here's what we're talking about right now. We're going to get the bottom of the barrel guys and saying, well, this guy is an upgrade to Mike Scott. How much? This, it's nothing. It's not big enough. Like, them guys have nothing to do with us winning basketball games. This guy's going to have nothing to do with us doing what we want to do in the postseason. Zilch has nothing to do with it. If guys are hurt or can't play, we're not going to be good anyway. We're just not. I'm not saying I want to take the guy. I don't care enough. That was my whole argument with this from the beginning. That like, these guys aren't that much different of dudes. Like, okay, I haven't watched enough of it, whatever the fuck this guy's name is. Okay? God, you can call me L's all day. You guys are clamoring. Look at you. It's silly is what's happening. And fitting from another silly name that this would be happening. Okay? So, listen, enjoy yourselves. Have a great night, guys. I'm not sitting here talking about fucking bench guys that play 8 minutes a night. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Like, how many guys do you expect to play in the playoffs? How many? We just talked about an 8-9-man rotation. Now we're talking 10, 11. Okay? Because all these guys need minutes because when Joel Embiid's playing 38 minutes a night and Dwight Howard's playing 10, we need a guy just sitting there in case. Just in case. Should never trade Tony Bradley then, guys. I don't know what to tell you. All right? I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, no.
If this team won the night, this conversation never comes up. That's my point. Okay? They went to lose one game on a road trip. And now we're back to buyouts and we're here we go again. One loss.
I would wrote his name up. Why am I echoing?
I don't know.
It's like a real clear echo too.
Nobody's better.
It's gone.
There you go. You're back.
And listen, the only reason I brought his name up, right, specifically, was I've looked at a lot of lists of names of people that the Sixers might go after and interested in the buyout market. And who is left? He's the last name left that I've seen consistently, which is the reason why I asked you guys how you felt about him. So, I mean, I'm not just pulling this name out of anywhere. I've seen it all over the place of guys on the buyout market that they may look at. Drummond's off the board. Cousins isn't going to be he's not going to be anywhere. Aldridge is off the board, and I forget who the third one, or there was a fifth one. So there's a reason why those are the five. There's 5 consistent names. That's the reason I specifically brought him up. It's not necessarily the player, but it's looking at what consensus is the caliber of guy they may look to bring in on the buyout market that's left. That's why I brought his name up specifically. Dang over Terrence, man. Oh.
Nobody over Terrence, man.
Not tonight.
Stud. Typical Philly, that guy.
I am surprised that the buyout market was really thin this year, though. Usually, I feel like you see a lot more guys out there.
You add playing games, So
Yeah.
it gives more people a chance to feel like
More of an incentive, right?
Yep.
To
So-
hang on to guys.
So now you're like, oh, well, do we give up on it if we're sitting in the 11 hole and we think we got a shot for a playing game? It just keeps, it keeps teams thinking they're in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unrealistic.
True. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, listen, everybody can have whatever fucking opinions they want. I'm not telling you guys not to. I'm going to stand on my fucking hill about it. And I'm getting tired of talking about shit names because it's all we've been doing now. We lose a game, and here we go. Comments come flying in. We need this guy. We need this guy. We need this guy. Seth Curry can't play. This guy can't play. This guy stinks. This guy's got to get rid of. Okay. All right, fine. You know what I mean? Like Mike Scott's nothing to me.
That's a big loss for the Knicks, by the way.
Who?
Mitchell Robinson fractured his foot. Not a big loss, but that'll hurt them a little bit. 'Cause I know you guys were just talking about the Knicks last night. I think the Knicks are going to surprise some people.
No, they'll win a series. They'll probably win a series.
I think that they are a tough team. Also, I don't know if you guys discussed this. Opinions on Al Horford being shut down for the rest of the year. To focus on young players.
Well, I know his sister has gone on a Twitter tirade.
Again?
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, Philly's obsessed with us." I'm like, I don't think Philly's really talking about you, hon. Like, I don't.
Sure. I'm surprised he doesn't hate OKC now.
No, they love OKC. According to her.
Jeff Teague. Another guy got bought out.
Jeff Teague's not the same player anymore. He used to be good.
Nah, a couple years ago, I'd have been all over Jeff Teague.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. He was a good player for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we?
Yeah, not many other names out there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's coming back though.
You said Ryan around April 6th, I think it is a targeted date, maybe? Or right around there?
No, I was just predicting that. That was just me. No, they don't have a predicted date.
This name's better than the other name, honestly. And I don't even like this guy that much. Honestly.
I would take Olynyk if he was out there. He would be an improvement, and he might be a guy who could possibly crack that postseason rotation.
Yeah, has experience too.
Can stretch it enough.
I'm just looking at guys that are definitively on it right now.
No, Christian, we're not signing Drummond.
He's signing with LA, right?
It's not official, but it's
not official.
But when Woj says like they have the inside track, I mean, that kind of has writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Since I haven't commented on it yet, I don't know why people are getting so hyped about the Nets. Half of them guys can't even stay healthy.
It's true.
I mean, they have question marks. Like on paper, they look phenomenal.
Half of them can't stay healthy. One of them likes to take vacations.
And the other two are like 37.
Yeah, I mean, Olynyk's better than Scott. Yeah. Another reason.
Yeah, I would take him.
You wonder why he gets moved around all the time, though, too, though. You know what I mean? Like he gets moved and shaked, I feel like, a lot. Maybe it feels like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's some guys that are like that, though. Like, look at George Hill. How many teams has he played for? It's got to be 8 or 9 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But he's one of those guys. There's guys that get shifted around just because, and then there's guys who, whenever it comes up, teams want him. Whether it's a playoff run or whatever it is, he seems to be one of those guys that's usually around the playoffs.
So this
plays with some pretty good teams.
So Houston would be Olynyk's third team, but I think the reason why some of those players do that is just because they always their salary, they're very movable contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To where they're not getting paid too little to where it's not going to make a dent, but also they're not getting paid too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see a lot of those guys, those $9 to $15 million type guys. You know, they're like, oh, well, that's a tradable asset, especially Olynyk, who I believe he had a couple years of control. At least he did with Miami. I don't know if this is his last year. Let me see contracts. 4-year, $50 million. But it isn't expiring. Okay. So he will be a free agent in 2021, which makes sense on why they moved him, because it was a $12 million cap room. So you're saying, okay, well, that's a way to get the Oladipo move started. And then it wouldn't obviously serve Houston any purpose to hang on to him because he's not going to re-sign there and they're not competing for anything. So.
Yeah, and I wasn't like saying a bad thing about him moving around. Obviously, we got Tobias, and that guy played a million places, and we like. So it's not always a bad thing, you know. To your point, like sometimes money just is good where it can get put in deals, etc., to get back what you want. You know what I mean?
That's why a lot of people, you know, assumed when Danny Green was signed here that he would like. I know Greg was speculating about it, like when he got here, that he may never play a game just because he had that $15 million and that was very movable. And because it's expiring.
Yeah.
Well, because and also you look around the league, Tom, like you have the top heavy to where, okay, you're either, you know, the max guys or somewhere near max guys, like Al Horford's contract, for example. And what like Lonzo Ball is probably going to make. And then you have a lot of role players that are making anywhere from, you know, 1 million to like 7 million. So those are like the two common realms. There's probably fewer guys that are making, like we talked about, the 9 to 15. So that's why that set bubble was moved around so much.
True, very true.
Because if you're going to get signed to that contract, you're going to have to be a certain skill set, because you're not just a guy, because if you're just a guy, you're getting paid nothing, but you're not a bona fide starter to game changer, because then you'd be making in the 20 millions.
Tyler.
Oh yeah, he doesn't pass the face test. That's for sure, Mr. Olynyk.
No, he doesn't. Andre, I know, like, I feel like I'm just getting fucking triggered in here tonight. Like, I just don't understand, like, why this name gets brought up so many times. Who cares? I can't say it enough. I don't care about Mike freaking Scott anymore. My goodness. If I thought he had meaningful minutes in the postseason, then I would care about it. I would care. You're going to get Ben playing the 4. You're going to have Tobias play the 4, right? That's why you went out and got George Hill. Okay, that's why you traded Tony Bradley in that deal, because you're going to move Ben and play Ben a little bit at the 4 too, with Shake and George Hill at times. You know what I mean? You're going to see that at times. At times, not a lot, right? Not a lot, Chrome, but you're going to see 10 minutes of it a game. You know what I mean? You're going to see 8 to 10 minutes of that a game, because Ben's going to play 40 minutes a night in the postseason. He is. He might not come off the court. So that's my argument. I understand, like, you know, I understand what you're saying. Back to it before we finish off. Like, I don't want you to not think that I don't know what you're saying. I just don't think it's enough time to make a difference. You understand? Like, if you went out and handled this position like a month or two ago or a month ago, and a guy can get acclimated, right? Like a role player, right? Because role players, it's harder than the stars to get acclimated. Okay, stars, you come in, you're the guy. You know what I mean? Like, Vukovic goes to Chicago, he gets touches. You know what I mean? He knows what they want from him. But when you talk about a guy like this, you know, Mike Scott talks about it, like, not like trying to find his role when he's in. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy. And that's a veteran saying, like, I'm just trying to find my footing on where I fit, right? What they want from me. You understand what I'm saying? That's not an excuse for the guy. I'm just saying, like, now another guy's going to come in, and I assume he's younger, and he's going to not really know what his role is, and you're going to have like 15 games to get him a role. It's just not a lot of time. Like we already made one bench move in George Hill. So like I'm not saying like I'd rather have an Olynyk who's bounced around a little bit more on good teams and just sort of he's a guy I feel like he can come in and know his role. You know what I mean? That's why I'd prefer that one over him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all like my thing was. It's just not a lot of time. Like you're better off running with what you have at this point. You know what I mean? Unless like some crazy buyout happens that you weren't expecting. You know what I mean? Which I guess is always possible.
No, I understand that. Like I said, I think what got the rails going crazy was that a Gorgie Dang gets brought up, and because it's brought up, it's like, oh, well, he's going to make a difference. It's like, no, the reason, and I don't want to speak for Chrome, but the reason why, well, I'll just speak for me. The reason why I bring up a lot of names is just because if you go on, let's say you lose this game, you lose to the Nuggets, and maybe you lose to the Cavs, whatever. I would not be surprised if a move like that is made just because, okay, especially with buyouts, you can bring him in for a non-guaranteed contract or a 10-day or whatever, just to fill a role for a week. Even to your point, Tom, if it doesn't move the needle, just, hey, let's see if this works, if this can be a Band-Aid. That, because to your point from earlier, that's all a buyout move, unless it's like crazy. That's all a buyout move really is. It's a Band-Aid. So if they go on a little bit of a skid here and say they drop the number one seed, which in all actuality doesn't really matter because to your point, there's 20 some games left. The reason why I bring up a lot of names and why I guess the fam is just because we wouldn't be surprised just because we know the GM is who he is. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not surprised about anything. I don't care. You can bring up many goddamn names as you want, but if you think over 2 months of it, you ain't gonna start triggering me with it, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like I've been sitting back listening to trade scenarios for 2 months, right? And pounding my head off the wall just because the team keeps winning. And not that I didn't want upgrades, but like I let you guys talk about 1,000 names, and at some point you're gonna get triggered, Tom, when you're talking about a minuscule player and Mike Scott. Now you might have not said what our Ginger said below me, but my Ginger below me talked about the difference from being a 1 seed and a 3 seed. That's what he said. That's what really set me off. That's what took me in a whole nother level of triggered. Okay, not the fact of like, okay, go out a name.
I take pride in that, by the way.
I'm glad you did. I needed it. Sometimes you need it.
I find the buttons,
guys, and I love you.
I love to find the buttons.
That's why I was getting fired up at you because I was like, I didn't say that. I was like, that's why I was like,
a lot of agreeing up there without saying anything. All right. I say you just watch your own tape of your head.
I understood what Chrome was saying. I knew what he might have missed a couple words that I didn't disagree.
It wasn't about the player
up there. I mean,
how I was viewing right, and for me, it wasn't about necessarily the specific player mentioned. It was what I felt like the need I would have liked to seen addressed. That's what
we talked about the stretch for months. So
that's what I was saying to you. I was like, I haven't changed. That's why I'm doing the bobblehead because I'm like, yes, that's what I've been saying. And also, I went to bobblehead.
We talked earlier about like what our rotation was going to be, and we all this was before Chrome came on, but we left him out of it. Remember, like we left him out of our rotation because
he came in. He came in right when we were doing that.
I gave mine. I left him off my rotation too.
Yes, we all left him off.
To me, honestly, Mike Scott's the 12th guy or 13th guy on the bench.
So, like I'm saying, like which one of them 8 or 9 is like of 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 is this dude jumping above?
Nobody.
Not. That's the problem. That was my thing. Like
shake.
Well, in the first quarter, maybe.
Yeah. No, if Doc Rivers also for the fam at home, like I know we've talked about this on the air, but anyone at home thinking, oh, we need to get that 9th, 10th guy, Doc Rivers has actually said it on press conferences numerous times that he has no plan to have any, like the direct quote is, my plan is not to have anything for our 9th, 10th guy off the bench in the playoffs. So like, he's not even really planning on having a 9th guy.
And that's probably why they haven't gone out and do anything with that position, right, Rye? I mean, they might have like looked at that position and looked at the point guard position. You know what I mean? And that's where they settled with George Hill. That's all I was like mad at you guys. Like we just got better, right? Like we just got a little bit better by the George Hill move, right? Okay.
I think the George Hill move is going to be huge. I really do. I truly do.
Like I do the same thing. Like
people don't understand how good of a player this guy is. I think a lot of people really don't know how good of a player this guy is. And when you hear that he's played for 8 teams, like you mentioned, or 9 teams, whatever it's been, you assume the worst, right? Like, there is a lot of guys you can say, why do they play for so many teams? Why can't he stick? But there's also those guys who play constantly for competitive teams. And when a team is out, he, like Ryan said, fair point, Ryan, he has a very movable contract that people would take on.
Chrome, I'm just going to I want you to read this comment.
Just going to say this. I love Thibault Maxey, but we have a window and facts here, and fans act like our window is everlasting. Guess what, fellas? It's not. Larry would have certainly increased our chances. I mean, house money, right, Dad?
Listen, I wouldn't have traded for Mutombo in 2001. So that's just me.
I'm just going to take a sip.
Okay, I would have kept Theo Ratliff around. Because that team was the first in the Eastern Conference. That team was balling. That move was made to try to beat the Lakers. How'd that age? So if you were going to set your team up to try to beat one team, you're going to lose to either that team or somebody else. You can't copycat teams. You can't chase the Nets. And what I think is we made the underrated moves. And the underrated move is usually the move that wins. And we sat here for the last 2 weeks and said, the biggest deal we can do is getting Joel and Seth back, right? Now we got Seth back, all right? The next big move we can is getting Hill and Joel back, right? That's why, like, we talked about leading up to the deadline. It was important to see if we could play good basketball or not. And we really did. We really did. And, like, we expected to lose this game tonight. And then this name comes out. And, like, I'll be honest with you, I might have seen the guy play fucking twice. Like, if you're giving me a name that I like, it's like the Jalen Reagor in the first round. Like, huh? What? Like, I gotta go look him up. I gotta go look him up because obviously the guy's not a difference maker if I know who he is, but can't like put a face to him. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm like, what are we doing? What are we talking about right now? Like, like PJ Tucker love for 2 months, I'm good with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know PJ. Like, I'm good with a real name. This guy doesn't have a real name. Honestly, it's like
I will say this. We talked about Kelly Olynyk. In about, and I'm just saying, in about 8 less minutes, he has double the production of Kelly Olynyk.
Who?
In 8 less minutes per game.
Dieng.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Who did he play for?
I'm not restriking.
Grizzlies in Minnesota. He's 31 years old.
I'm not restriking the match. I'm not lighting nothing up for you. I'm just letting you know.
Providing context. As Chuck likes to say, you're providing context.
I'm providing context.
Yeah, I'll provide you context right back. Timberwolves, Grizzlies. So when he's playing,
just providing
I would
context.
venture to guess they're probably down 15 or 20. Numbers lie at times. Like I thought we talk about this all the time.
So is that like Maxey's numbers then, early in the year?
We're comparing a 20-year-old.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes. It's hollow. It's hollow. It's hollow when you get blown out, Chrome. Yes. Yes. Maxey dropped 30 a night, and we were losing by 20 every night. That's hollow numbers. That's hollow numbers.
Yeah.
I say the same thing about Levine when they get their ass kicked. It's hollow numbers.
Man, I was hoping we would get him. I wanted to get you a new Sixers jersey so bad.
I would have bought his jersey. I don't buy it.
No, I'll buy it for you. I'll buy it for you. That's one you earned.
No, Ryan made me hate him, and the chat made me.
I know.
Ryan purposely made me hate like at least 4 players.
Can I guess?
I liked prior.
Can I? No, you didn't like the one prior.
Who?
Buddy Hield.
I like Buddy Hield more than I like Levine, honestly, for this team. But no,
I love Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield would be great.
I will say the Levine one I don't think is 100% me because I never.
No, I was.
The Buddy. Buddy Hield and Bolivia, that's me. That's on me.
I poke and prod the Levine one hardcore.
I was going to say the Levine one.
As soon as I found that out, as soon as I heard him say on the air that he was a volume guy on a shitty team, that was it. I started throwing Iverson at you and everything else.
Who's the fourth one though, Tom? Who's the? Because I ruined Bielitsa. I mean, I don't think you like Bielitsa anyway. Just because
No, it was like a not care enough one, right? Like,
but I made you hate him outright. Buddy Hield, I turned you on. Who was the fourth? I wasn't chirpy with any other guy.
Nah, I just break your balls.
No, I hear you.
You're
Could have been Boban back in the day. Who knows?
No, he's a well-documented trade junkie, and that's fine. He admits to it.
I've said it, Chrome. I've said it numerous times. The best thing for
go ahead, Ray.
The best thing for somebody to be is self-aware. I at least have that going for me.
Oh, I'm self-aware too. I'm self-aware that this was waiting to happen. Like this was 2 months too long from this eruption. You know what I mean? Like this eruption was 2 months overdue.
I'm surprised it didn't happen on a Monday morning quarterback because the last couple weeks I've been real chirpy with the trades. And the funny thing is, the fam has now enabled me because they come in and there's 9 guys that are like, "Hey, Rye, what do you think about this guy?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're tempting me." So then I go to the machine. You know what I'm saying? But no, Chrome. I've said it before. Basketball-wise, if I was a GM, I'd be the worst GM in the history of basketball because literally, I would trade I'm too emotional.
Everybody.
Yeah, Joel Embiid probably would have been traded 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? James Harden would be on the team right now.
Yeah, I would have probably pulled the Harden deal, but
yeah, me too.
I'm happy that I could be a part of it. You know, I'm glad that of the 2 months I did one show for an hour with you, well, longer than an hour now, and I was able to find the right button to just let it out, Dad. This is it. Lay down on the couch. Let's have a conversation. I
felt bad too because Chrome and I weren't able to yell with you because we were indoors, we had to go into whisper mode.
I just didn't have it in me. I know the kids are just laid down, and I was like, I could yell. They've heard me yell at you before in here.
See,
I was I'm not going to do it
at this hour. I can't, or I'm going to get a very angry text.
That's when I just do the subtle comments, the Mike Scott comment. I just keep poking the prod.
You know, I'm not allowed to yell. And we were on our way out the door here tonight. We were wrapping it up tonight. And I'm not allowed to yell. And you two. And it really was your ridiculous comment. All right. Which I'm not saying the name is a problem. It's just with your comment triggered me more than the name did. And then your cousin Bobblehead up here I'm looking right at. And he can't shake his head enough for you. And I'm like, oh my God, now you guys are gonna team up with me about some guy name that I can't even fucking spell. And I think I said, you can't even say his name right. And then it was like, I don't give a fuck.
Technically,
I don't know who he is.
I'm glad you didn't let me go too far with that because I was going to be like, you called Bielitsa Betances last week. You would have gone through the screen if I
3 weeks ago. But yes, maybe 2.
Listen,
y'all run together. But yes, I would take this.
It was due to happen. We've done 6 shows in a row, Tom.
If we're not on here to get fucking fired up at each other, we're not really friends.
No, listen. Last night,
I can handle it with you guys, and I know you guys can take it from me, and I can take it from you.
Yeah, I don't.
Listen, last night the house money thing just opened up a door for me, and I could just sit back and enjoy it from the chat.
You are absolutely wrong on that, by the way.
From the 700 level.
I'm proud of you, though. I'm very proud of you that you didn't come in if we would have had Lowry, we would have won tonight. I was expecting you to come in with that tonight.
No. Listen.
No, joking wise, not being.
Oh yeah.
I know you're not that.
No. I was just waiting for my point to get the house money comment in there.
Okay. Well, I'm impressed. I'm proud of you that you didn't lead with it.
See, we would have won tonight if we had Lowry. I'm just saying.
There it is.
Just saying.
It'd be nice if we could have George Hill back Tuesday. Or
is there a timetable on him yet, or what?
He said he's close. He's going to start basketball activities. I guarantee he doesn't play till we come back home either.
I agree.
If I had to guess, if I had to guess, I don't know what our first game back at home is. What day that is? Did you say April 6th, Rye? Is that where you came up with that date from?
I think that's
the Celtics game. That's the Celtics game.
Is that our first home one?
I think it's our second. I think we have a Saturday game against the Timberwolves. I think that's our first. I think next Saturday.
George Hill might play in that one. Joe.
That's a good game. That's a good. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. By the way, Saturday the 3rd. That is a good game, Tom. Too to kind of bring him in and let him get him acclimated. A game where even if he just plays, a short amount of minutes, just to get himself acclimated, it's not going to really affect too much against a team. It shouldn't. against a team like that.
And matchup wise, I think the Celtics game makes sense. Number one, because you're going back against, a division opponent, obviously conference opponent, even if the Celtics are struggling right now. And the 2 games before that, you've got Grizzlies, Timberwolves both at home. So I would say the coaching staff and Darryl would say, we can chance our luck against them, especially because
I like 20 minutes in that Timberwolves game.
If we over the next week, Tom, if we drop 2-3 games, I'm playing them in that game. Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
So
yes.
if you lose, so if you lose Nuggets, say Cat, then you're playing them in the Timberwolves game.
Yes.
Yep.
You go 1-1. You're saving for Boston.
Correct. Yeah, because I believe the Grizzlies Timberwolves game is also a back-to-back. Where I would say, just conditioning wise and safety wise, if he came back against the Timberwolves game, like I've seen people on Twitter like, oh, next Saturday is the Timberwolves. That gives him a full week of basketball activity. But I don't see him doing that, because why would you bring him back on the first leg of a back-to-back? You know what I'm saying?
They got a lot of games coming, because they have another back-to-back very closely after that on the 9th and the 10th on the road against OKC and before that, New Orleans.
I think they're making a mistake with this starting lineup, if you want my honest opinion, okay? Like tonight, I wouldn't have – maybe it was I wouldn't have given – this is where I disagree. Like, I wouldn't have went small, per se, and given Mike Scott to start at center. Like, I would just give Dwight the start at center every time and bring Scott off my bench without Embiid right now, right? Like, I would do it that way instead of this way. Like, I think Mike's more comfortable coming off the bench. I think Dwight started enough in this league where it's nothing different for him, right? Now, I understand matchups per se, etc. Mm-hmm. Tonight you have a better chance to stretch him out a little bit, is what they were trying to do. So I get that. But to me, like, that's the only thing I disagree with, because I don't want Mike Scott starting, right? Like, not that I'm clamoring for Dwight to start, but like I'd rather have Dwight in there because he protects the rim. Like in the second quarter tonight, we were getting attacked at the rim because we didn't have a shot blocker. All right, so it was a bunch of mouses in the house, and Mike Scott's not a center. So like in reality, I know we're crushing him tonight, and rightfully so. I mean, the guy 1 for 6 tonight. I think he was 2 for 6 the other night. But like I always say to Rye, like, hit me 1-3 and I'll take it. Not in 29 fucking minutes though, right? So like, he got exposed playing way too much time tonight. But like, I don't put this loss on Mike Scott. Like no.
I don't put it on him. I don't put it on Seth.
Who do you put it on though? That's a great question. Who do you put it on? Team wise, like refs, obviously we know is one. Like player,
I don't think anybody played a good enough defensive game tonight.
I put this on Ben.
Yeah,
because he started off aggressive and then he like disappeared again.
Yeah.
And he went through the lull, and then he fouls out, which the game was over anyway. But then he fouls out. Like, it's on him. Like,
his aggression picked up after he had 5 fouls, which at that point now you're playing with fire.
Yeah, Croman, you can't show us the ability to drop like 45, and then literally straight face have 10 attempts.
Yeah,
like in 26 minutes, dude. Like in 26 minutes. Okay. So in reality, like I said, Mike Scott played 29 minutes. Like probably he played 25 minutes too long. All right. But in reality, only a -6. So didn't like, in that terms didn't kill you. But you're like, again, your bench, like, why run Mike Scott so many minutes and give Ferk 12 minutes? Right? Like that. Mm-hmm. I know they're different positions, but why? Why not switch it up a little bit? Then why not start Dwight, bring Scott off your bench, and run him with the Furkan unit then?
Well, so maybe I'm off base on this, but when I look at why Dwight with the second unit, I think you're expecting your guys on that first unit to knock down shots. Mm-hmm. One thing Dwight does is rebound the basketball really, really well. So if you're not consistently hitting shots with that second unit, you're going to need that guy down low to get those second chance opportunities. And that is Dwight, which is why I think he fits the second unit more, or there's more of a need to have him with that second unit than the first unit, simply for the consistency. You expect these guys on that first unit to knock down shots. You don't need that. So that's just my devil's advocate for the other side. I understand what you're saying, though.
It makes sense. I'm just looking at my bench and saying I need more scoring. I need more guys who can shoot the three. If I'm only going to play Furkan 12 minutes, then I got to bring Mike Scott off my bench then and play, and then he's got to play 20s. Then you know what I mean? Like that's what doesn't add up to me. Like I could have went smaller with my second unit and went bigger with my first unit, right? So like it's just little things. It's not going to make or break tonight's game. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about without Joe Embiid, I start Dwight Howard. I don't without Joe Embiid, I do not run him on my second unit. Doesn't mean he can at times. I know, like, don't overrate the starting thing, but like Mike Scott's a come off the bench guy. Like always has been his whole career. Like keep him in that role, man. You run him 29 fucking minutes tonight. Like that's why his name got brought up, and it should never get brought up, is because he got that much run. You know what I mean?
Yes, and he got exposed, and we didn't have an option. We had to throw him out there, even if he was getting exposed, because there was literally no one else except for freaking Paul Reed, who, as much as I joke and we were like, oh, B-ball Paul out of the mud, he really should not be playing on a roster right now. He shouldn't. Like, if you want to talk about,
right? Like, not, you don't owe it to him, but you owe it to your team to like play a veteran, right?
No, you owe it to him because you're paying him $10 million. You know what I'm saying? You know, like he's making, except for your max guys, he's making the fourth most money on the team.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's getting paid money.
And that's why I don't buy him out. I just hope. You know what I mean? Like I always say, like, okay, can you hit me an open three in the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like from the corner, you know, in your 5 minutes of run. But yeah, I mean, like I hate the Hive. You guys know this. So like, don't think I'm defending the Hive. I just don't think he's going to play in the postseason. So, and this is more an example of that. So I think maybe they're playing him these minutes to find out if they can go to win the postseason. You know what I mean? So that could be part of it too. But you need you're sort of right. I mean, it depends how you look at Thibault, and it depends if you're going to play Ben 40 minutes a night. If you need anybody else with size, does that make sense? That was my whole argument, not the 15-game stretch. My argument was the postseason. Like, there's no point even talking about these names because they're not going to matter in the postseason, right? That you are saying, I understand in this 26-game stretch left, right? I understand that side of it. But for me, I just let Paul Reed play then. Instead of going and buying out Mike Scott, bringing in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm moving and shaking money for no reason. For what upgrade? I'd rather give Paul Reed 10, 12 minutes a night to develop him a little bit than in the regular season. You know what I mean? Then go make another move. Then have to get rid of Mike. You know what I'm saying? Not that I care about getting rid of Mike Scott, but now I'm moving and shaking too many things when I think I got a good group of guys here. That's all. I like this group.
I think that's what Daryl, and we were talking about this a couple games ago when we first saw, it was against the Lakers game. It was actually in one of our clips that we put on YouTube. Like, I think that's Daryl's mindset. I think that's kind of what he's hoping, not only just because he loves the kid and he's high on the kid, but it's that, okay, if we can get this kid comfortable, and clearly it's going to take him a week to, like Doc was saying after the Lakers game, like he literally he's just out there running around, figuring it out, basing it off of his instincts. And Doc gave him credit for that. But I think their plan and why they didn't go after, another big, and who knows, they could have tried to get Bielitsa or X name, stretch four, and they just weren't able to do it before the deadline. I think they're hoping that, okay, can the combination of Mike Scott and Paul Reed be good enough to get us to the playoffs? And then with a little bit of mixture of, especially in the playoffs, Ben Simmons being that unicorn on defense that can play a little bit of four when Tobias is out for, those 10 minutes, or, you know what I'm saying? Because he is an interchanging part on defense. And you can run him off ball because that's what they did when Jimmy was on the team and they had Ben Simmons kind of hiding in the corner. So it is possible.
Hopefully he doesn't freaking do the hide in the corner.
No.
Hey, do you guys know what 2 + 8 equals?
Yeah, 10.
10.
Arenado, baby.
Oh my God.
Baseball coming up. Let's go. 2 + 8 equals Arenado.
I can't help himself. Listen, great show, boys. Ton of fun.
This was fun, guys. Thanks for letting me join you.
I think this is the latest we've ever been on the air.
Yeah, this is crazy. All because guys want to trigger. You know what I mean?
I had to get my rocks off, bud.
I'll just nod and wave.
Yeah, that's right.
You're clear.
Just assume your roles.
Tons of fun now. Tons of fun. Who you booing? You booing me, Chris? You can boo me.
He's booing me for the Arenado
he's
jersey.
booing or the unknown.
Jesus God, I can't. You guys are
Get
gonna.
the hell out of here. Get that out of here.
I'm like, 5-6 years ago, I would fucking hand job LaMarcus Aldridge. Okay, like that's how much I love LaMarcus Aldridge. Like I just love this game forever. Okay, shut up, please. Shut up. Feel it in your dick. The Nets are not better than us right this minute if both teams are 100%. And I'll stand by it until they beat us in the finals. and then I'll say, oh, I was wrong. Won't be my first time. Won't be my last.
At least we won't have to blame Brett Brown. At least it'll be something different.
True. We'll blame Mike Scott.
Yeah.
Or Seth Curry.
Yeah, I was going to say Seth Curry. Yep.
Danny Green.
Joel Embiid because of the health.
Guys, I wasn't supposed to get mad tonight. That's the thing. Like, I'm not allowed to yell and scream right now. Freaking jerk-offs. Rob, appreciate all your comments, brother. Guys, all you guys. Can't thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome.
You drive this shit, man. We didn't get to our 100-like milestone, but that's okay.
That's why Tom's really mad, guys. It's not because of Gorgie Dang. It's because of the 100 likes.
You know what it really is? I hate losing.
Oh, I hate losing more than I like winning. I mean, that's well documented.
Still a rookie.
Losing triggers me already. So I'm already triggered because I know like what's about to come in the comments. And then Chrome was nice enough to put that on a fucking tee. So
That's what I do.
Famous last words. Tons of fun though. Rye, we'll be back. We'll try to do it again Tuesday for the Nuggets.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Try to do it again, and then you guys got a wide open, nothing on tomorrow all day until agree to disagree tomorrow night. So
we'll be back at it again on Monday, doing whatever the hell we're doing there.
Monday we'll have 3 shows. Tuesday you'll have lazy booking and with the Cromer, and then we'll join you around 9:30, maybe 10ish for a live reaction.
We'll be off well before then. So
I think I got work till like 8:30. So I'll fly home and get ready to go. And then Wednesday, then the rest. Everybody knows the rest. So pray for Joel. Hopefully he's back soon. Pray for Luol Deng.
Gorgie Dang.
Can we get Jamal Crawford out of retirement?
I would take Luol Deng now.
So would I. Can we get Jamal Crawford out of retirement too?
I would take Jamal Crawford too.
So would I.
How about Vince Carter?
Yes.
I would take Vince Carter
over Gorgie Dang or Gorgie.
I'm just saying he's got double the production half the time.
Tom does have a point though. I do bring up a lot of weird names: Bielitsa, Lucan Stewart, and Gorgie Dang.
That's like the whole European team over here. Like like these curveballs. Like like Bielitsa.
Stewart could play.
I like Bielitsa though. He just looked like he fucking ate a car before.
Oh no, he's the fat Dario now. He's fat Dario.
How about that though? Right? Like all these things we talked about. Stretch 4. Yeah, he was here. That guy was here.
Yep.
And he was traded with Robert Covington for a guy who's not here. That's why you don't sell off your pieces if you can't get a deal done. Make sense? Because look at this team now. If they would have held on to Dario. Forget Rocco. If they just would have held on to Dario.
Unless his name is Kyle Lowry.
You wouldn't mind having Rocco off this bench, though?
I actually think Rocco's become a more consistent player since he's been here.
Oh, yeah, he's a better player now than he was when he left.
But I'm saying
I would take him now.
Like, imagine if you had Dario and Rocco off your bench. We wouldn't be talking about bench pieces.
Honestly, I'd start Rocco and then maybe bring Seth off the bench.
True.
Yeah.
True. Especially.
Oh, my God. Imagine the defense there. Oh, my God.
Could you imagine against the Nets if you got Rocco and you got Rocco, Ben, and Tobias out there? I mean, man. You can cover a lot of guys. You can switch on almost everything. The good old days. The process. Love you, boys. Thanks for letting me yell and scream at you. Chrome's famous words are, well, you keep cutting me off. Okay.
You're asking me a question, but you keep cutting me off.
Yeah. Well, I'm answering the question for you.
Yeah, we know. I know.
And then he cuts you off and then tells you how you cut him off too. Like, yeah. I cut off.
And that's what we do.
I'm just going to nod and wave.
And Ryan just bobbles above, and we're good.
Bobblehead. I love you guys. Great show.
Love you too,
Man,
bro.
we can't thank you enough. Turn your goddamn alerts on. We out of here. I was just told you.